Right?
You just can't read them.
That's nice.
Far away.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. I got one for both of them. I got their, well, they didn't give me, Elk Grove gave me a picture.
Yeah, that's okay though. I mean, all you have to do is enter it in the book. I assume you got the book again, so that's cool.
Yeah.
I like it when you do the book.
An actual real book this time.
Is it?
Yeah, one.
You can use this one if you want. I don't care.
Oh, it's all good.
I actually like this one. It's it's got with everything it needs. It looks like we have to hold on to stuff here.
Yeah, I'm noticing.
Yeah. Let's see. I should know better to bring a brick. At least this should be, at least on paper, a good game because normally we know ahead of time if Elk Grove's going to win or lose.
Yeah, right.
This time, Elk Grove's not doing very well, but Wheeling's only one spot above them in the standings. So Wheeling's 6-4 and Elk Grove is 3-11. So Wheeling though 59-39 on runs for, runs against. Elk Grove is 56 and 77, so they're upside down. Anyway, so I feel like anything can happen if you got the right pitching for whichever team.
Yeah. So they're actually 6-6. Wheeling. Both teams need a win.
I found they were 6-4 on the X-Prex. Did they play 2 more games?
Yeah, they did. They had 2 games where they were down in Florida. And they didn't count. They counted for coaches counting them, but they don't necessarily go for the high school.
Okay, so they're 6-4 around here, plus those 2 Florida losses. Okay.
Yeah. You okay with that?
No, I actually like reading them, believe it or not. But I don't care if I read them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing that when I play-by-play, which is really what I like doing.
Yeah. Well, I
not play-by-play, I like doing the color.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so, when I do games with Chris.
Games with who?
Chris.
Right. Yeah, he's good at play-by. Oh,
he does the play-by-play.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it. I'm like, yeah, you do the play-by-play.
I would think he would be pretty good at color as well. At least he knows the difference between the roles. I was doing a soccer game with Brian. Have you done Brian Searing ever yet?
No.
He does soccer. And now it's a different game because there's more action, so to speak. There's no natural breaks between pitches. But he just drones on. So whatever happens, he just drones on. Then if I try to interject something, he interrupts. It's like, unless he is talking, he doesn't feel like anybody's saying anything of value. And I'm like, no, that's not how you do this.
No, it's like the whole reason is that you don't want to have one person doing all the talking.
Right. Well, and of course in soccer, he feels like he needs to be doing all the talking. And it's not that interesting anyway.
Good afternoon and welcome to Elk Grove Village, Illinois. Elk Grove Grenadier Baseball is on the air. I am Mark Malarczyk, and with me today is Bob Vilsoe. Bob, we got an interesting matchup today, the Grens against the Wheeling Wildcats. What do you think is going to happen today?
There is so much to talk about, but this is going to be one of those games. It's hard to tell who is going to win this game. If you look at the standings, Elk Grove is in last place. They're 3-11. Wheeling is next to last place. Max Prep says they're 6-4, but you pointed out that they went into Florida and played 2 games and they lost both of those. But the fact that they traveled, that's a cool thing. 6-6. The runs for and runs against tell a story. Wheeling has 59 runs for and given up only 39, so they have good defense, stingy pitching. Elk Grove, they've scored 56 runs, which isn't so bad for 3 wins, but 77 runs given up. Yet we've seen Elk Grove play before. They have good defense. They do have good pitching, so kind of interesting from that perspective. We have rankings, right? Elk Grove is slightly behind Wheeling in the rankings, so I think it's one of those games where the smart money would be on Wheeling, but I think it's going to be a real close game, and we don't really know who's going to win. What I do think is going to be a close game, so somebody's going to win 6-4.
Absolutely, and I think you're dead on with that. And the one thing we know is that Elk Grove has been struggling to get some wins this year. They've lost 2 of their last 3. And the last time that they actually won a game was when we were here last week, announcing the game, a nice 6-0 victory against Buffalo Grove. But yeah, no, it's definitely going to be, it's a beautiful day for baseball, 77 degrees, 5-mile-per-hour wind blowing out of the east-northeast, although it feels a little bit cooler out here, and I think as the day goes on, it's going to drop a little bit, but looking forward to some exciting baseball. We've got Isaac Santoski, who is the offensive standout, looking for him to have a big game from Elk Grove, and then stepping into the box for the Wheeling Wildcats is going to be their star player. He is their shortstop, and just a great-looking player. He's been done really well this year, Reed Gergert. So he's going to start us off here, and he'll be facing Dennis Rangel on the mound for the Elk Grove Grens. And
Rangel pitched a nice game last time we were here, so it's kind of nice to see him pitching again. We know him well.
There's a pitch taken inside for ball 1. So we'll mention as soon as we get a chance here after the first batter, the defensive situation here. But you got Dennis Rangel pitching with Kane Tagliova behind the plate catching for the Grens. Grens are in their white with green pinstripes uniforms today with white hats. Good look versus the blue and white for the Wheeling Wildcats. And there's a ball swung on to third baseman. Picks it up over to first. Scoop by the first baseman. And they're going to say he was safe off the bag. So Nick Chi couldn't come up with the and Blasco a little bit low, but they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and that's going to go as an infield single.
Last time I remember we had a couple discussions. Should be a single, should it be an error? The third baseman charged that really nicely, made an off-balance throw, unfortunately bounced it to first base, and then she wasn't able to come up with the scoop without taking the foot off the base. The thing is, he made the scoop, but to make that scoop, he had to stretch, and that's what pulled the foot off. But I agree that sometimes you leg those out, you get a hit for that. It's good hustle.
Got to hustle all the way, and I think Dylan's definitely going to want to look at that again and just make a plant stronger throw. He gets him on that play with a strong throw. So
now, when you were talking about
move from Rangel, safe.
Yeah, when you were talking about defense, Isaac Santowski is the cousin of the cameraman that we have here.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Small world.
Yeah, I didn't know this. I knew the name was the same last time we were going, and then the Joey said, "Hey, that's my cousin out there at shortstop." I'm like, "Wow, he's good." He is good. Last game, it covers a lot of ground. Good fielder.
And first pitch to Tyler Zangara, the catcher for the Wildcats, is taken for a strike. So quickly head 0-1 here. And there goes Gergers, but the fly ball out to left field. Damian Broaday's back. Oh, and he can't make the play off of his glove. It's going to go all the way to the wall. He's having some trouble picking it up. Gergers is going to cruise into third, and Zangara is going to be in there with a double.
I'm shocked that runner going to third didn't score on that. Now, it was going to be caught. I don't think he was tagging up from first to go to second, but I can tell you if I were on the bases, I would have been 9/10, almost rounding second base, would have made it home easily on that. I'm surprised we're calling it a double. That was a classic off the glove two-base error. But
yeah, no, he's in the
not the easiest catch in the world. He had to run back and make an over-the-shoulder grab with the wind blowing out, right? Ground ball to Santowski at short. He is normally a good fielder as far as we can tell. Made just a wild throw to first. So what should be 2 out, it's 2 errors.
Yeah, and the Grens are looking at a whole lot of trouble here. No outs.
And that ground ball
to second and third.
Right, and then that ground ball to third. This could have been a 1-2-3 inning.
And in steps now the number 4 hitter, Dylan Balloon, who is the DH today. He's going to take one for a strike, so 0-1. And Rangel's working fast. He's been making the plays. He should be out of the inning. But unfortunately, so far today, we've got 2 errors. Oh, and there's a ball hit deep to center field. Cooper Casterton is running back after it. He's got a beat on it. Can't make the play. Drops over his head. 2 runs are going to score on that play. Throw goes in, cut off by the pitcher, and that's going to be a double. And the pain continues for the Oak Grove Grenadiers here in the first inning.
Yeah, sometimes when you have a good fielder, and Casterton is a good fielder, and you feel like, well, if he can't make the play, nobody would have made the play. He was as close to it as you can possibly be without making the play. But you're like, anybody else in center field wouldn't have been able to make that play except for Casterton. But even it was just too much for him. Runner at second, give him a double. So Wheeling is off to a great start, and Elk Grove is kind of shooting themselves in the foot just in the first inning. But I'm going to bet that they get their act together the rest of the game, but these runs might be too much to overcome.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And in steps the number 5 hitter, Colin Fitzgerald, who's the right fielder today. Tall lefty. Takes a look at pitch number 1 for a strike.
That would be where maybe you want to tap the ABS system. Now, we're down the third base line, right? So we can see up and down, but we can't tell if it's in or out. To me, that pitch looked low, but it was still called a strike. It's high school baseball. We got to call more strikes.
And the Grens will take whatever they can at this point. And there's another ground ball hit over the second baseman. Montag picks it up over to Chi at first, and that's going to be the first out of the inning.
It's amazing with all these, ground ball to short, ground ball to third, a long fly ball to left, and longer fly ball to center, and that's the first out.
Right. Yeah, ground ball to the third baseman should have been an out. Ground ball to left should have been an out. Ground ball to shortstop. But that's the way the game goes, and you got to overcome those games, especially when they happen early on. There's a lot of game left here.
And I think what we learned last time, Rangel did this too, where it had a little bit, I don't want to say a shaky start, but runs occurred early in the game and then settled down and pitched a kind of a gem after.
Third, Rangel steps off.
Yeah, very good lead at third.
Looks back in at number 6 hitter Owen Zalewski, who's playing first base today. He's going to swing and foul one back off the umpire's mask, and we're going to take some time to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, sometimes pitchers will pitch from the windup when there's a runner at third, even if there's less than 2 out. But not Rangel. He's pitching from the stretch here. I think last time when we saw Rangel, there was nobody on base, and he sometimes stretch.
Yeah.
So he's very comfortable pitching from the stretch.
No, and that's definitely something that, you can get timing up, but if the pitcher forgets a runner at third, a lot of times that can lead to a steal at home, depending on how aggressive the players are. But more and more you see the pitchers going from a stretch if there's anyone on base. He's got a good look at the runner at third. The 0-1 pitch now to Zalewski from Rangel.
Yeah, I get these
high for a ball, so 1-1.
Yeah, I get these TikToks all the time for like rules interpretations for a lot of sports. Baseball, of course, is one of them. And I learned one the other day. So the runner was stealing home. The pitcher stayed on the rubber to throw the pitch to the plate. The batter bailed, and the catcher caught the ball in front of the plate. That's a catcher balk. You can't do that. You have to let the ball cross the plate if it's a pitch before you get out in front of the plate. Now, if the pitcher stepped off the rubber and threw it to the plate, then the catcher can go in front of the plate to catch the ball. I did not know that.
Yeah, no, that is absolutely true. That would be catcher's interference, and the hitter would be awarded a run or a base, and then if they were running home on that, they would be able to score. So
I'd have to see the part 2 of the TikTok to have gotten that far.
Yeah.
But here I am thinking I know all the baseball rules, right? Oop, not that one. There's a lot of intricate ones.
2-2 to Zalewski, taking outside in the dirt for ball 3.
If the catcher started to take off toward the fence, I feel like he might have had the runner at third faked out. That ball was in the dirt, looked kind of behind him, and the runner on third looked like he wanted to go, but the catcher stayed there so that the runner at third didn't go. But if he started to run toward the backstop, I think he might have faked the runner out.
Here's a full count pitch to Zalewski. 1 out, top of the first. And there's going to be a ball hit in the air.
This should
Shallow
do it.
center. That might be trouble. Casterton comes in, makes the catch. No tag from Balone at third. And that's going to be the second out of the inning.
That ball, it seemed like it was hit further off the bat. Kesterson had to run a long way to make the grab, but he was just beyond the infield when he finally caught the ball, so the runner at third had no no chance to go home.
Absolutely. So Rangel with an opportunity to get himself out of a jam here. Now he's got the number 7 hitter, Evan Fisher, who's second baseman today. Number 10 steps in. Of course, Fisher looking to put something through to get the Wildcats on the board. Looks at strike 1 on the outside.
Yeah, I don't want to be dramatic, right? But I'm thinking 4 runs is way better than 3 runs, and you got a runner just, 90 feet away. If you can get that 4th run, it'll be a big difference in this game, but it's way too early to say that, of course.
Right. There's a ball off the pitcher. He's going to over to the second baseman, and he's going to beat it out. It's going to be an infield hit.
And that's exactly what we only needed. So now we have to find out is, at the end of the game, is that run that I was talking about, was it important here or not?
Right.
But they were very happy they brought that win. I was also thinking that when the score was only 3-0 after all those misplays in the field, that Elk Grove has to feel pretty lucky. They're only down 3 and they can get them back.
Oh, absolutely. Now stepping in is the third baseman, Jose Rivera, the number 8 hitter. Runner on first. Here's the pitch, taken outside for a ball.
And what we don't know is the runner at first, how fast he is. Now, we would know if we were at all the wheeling practices, but I'm thinking if I'm wheeling, I'd be running on it if he's got any kind of speed at all.
Yeah, the one thing that EGTV is not doing is sending us out to.
That's trouble.
Yeah, there's a ball in the left field.
Now we're going to see the speed of that runner here. Keep
Diving
going.
attempt by Brade, can't come up with the play.
Oh, bad call by the coach. He pointed for the runner was at 1/3 of the way toward home plate, right? And the coach said, no, go back to third with 2 out. And that throw had not yet been caught by the cutoff. It would have been an easy score had he sent them. I think playing in the first inning, a little too conservative there. I think he should have sent them, and he would have scored because the cutoff did not catch the ball. It was
playing cautious today with a 4-0 lead.
Yeah,
can't blame him. I think you want to try to test it and see how aggressive you are.
Yeah, I can blame him. No, he should have sent them.
There you go. And
Coach Bob here,
the
right?
words of Bob. And in comes the number 9 hitter, Luke Papiano, who is the center fielder today.
Especially a moment ago, we were talking about how important that 4th run is. Here you had a 5th one almost gift wrapped, and is it Fisher on third? But yeah, he's got some speed.
Fisher at third, Rivera at second. Pitch taken inside for a ball, so 2-0 to Papiano. Rangel is getting his pitch count up this inning.
Oh, that's for sure.
So hopefully he can get out of here and limit the damage to 4. There's a stretch in the pitch. We're taking inside again for ball 3, so falls behind 3-0 to the number 9 hitter.
Yeah, the base is open, but you hate to rely on that.
Absolutely.
I still think you want to throw strikes. Keep the players off the bases, especially with 2 out. You don't really need the force. I mean, it's nice to have, but...
Pitch from Rangel, taken inside for ball 4. So 4-pitch walk.
Yeah, and I don't think he did that on... I think he was looking for the strike zone. I don't think he was trying to walk him intentionally or have him go after a bad pitch. So bases loaded.
Yeah, so unfortunately, bases loaded coming up for the best hitter on the team, Reed Gergert, who last time up hit a ground ball to the infield that was marked as an error, but he reached base and scored.
They marked that first one as an error?
I sure did.
Game Changer did that?
That would be me.
Oh, you did that.
Yeah, throw in the dirt. And there's a ball punched through the left side gap in the 6 hole to left field. It's going to score a run.
Again, some conservative station-to-station base running.
Brade gets the ball in real quick, and we are now at a 5-0 Wheeling Wildcat lead in the first inning. In all honesty, Rangel has not pitched badly. He's made the pitches when he needed to. It's just he hasn't been getting a whole lot of support from his defense so far, and it's really started to add it up.
It sure has. I mean, that grounder at third that you called an error, the shortstop overthrowing first, the catch not made and left. I mean, that's a lot.
And bases loaded situation again. There's a ball in the dirt.
Now, what he doesn't need is a wild pitch to score one more.
Right. Nice play by Kane Tagliova to block that and keep it in front of him, prevent that runner at third from scoring.
Oftentimes in baseball, it has something to do with warming up, first game, nerves, jitters, all that stuff, where lots of times runs get scored in the first inning and both teams don't score a whole lot after that.
Right. Pitch from Ringel. Ground ball. Hit the third. Can't come up with the play. That's going to score 2 more runs.
Yeah, that was dangerous. 2 runs. I mean, the game's not out of reach at 5-0, but when you're starting to get up to 7-0, that gets tough. And I also think that ball should have been grabbed at third.
Yeah, that was that should have been made.
Yeah, that was one of those. I think it was on 2 hops, right? And that hop came a little bit higher than I think he expected. But I think that's a play that needs to be made. So the infield and the outfield just unfortunately letting Rangel down today, and sometimes it's just dumb luck. We didn't see these kinds of errors last time.
No, not at all. They played almost a flawless defense last week against Buffalo Grove. Today, a different story. Now we've got a conference on the mound.
So I got a kick out of the softball game we did the other day. So there was a conference on the mound, but then all the runners on the bases came and had a conference with the coach.
Oh, yeah. So it's like you see it a lot more in softball than baseball. You know, you will have your offensive and defensive timeouts, but every time there's a defensive timeout to talk to the pitcher, it's a full timeout. So the coach can come out and talk to the defense as well as the pitching coach talk to the pitcher, and then the offensive players always get together. And you can only have the runners on base, the hitter, and the on-deck batter. But yeah, they'll do the same thing. It's a full timeout for them as well. So now with back in the pickle, first and second, number 2 hitter Zangara steps up, puts it in play left field, calls off the center fielder Braudet, makes the play, and we are finally out of the inning without number 3.
I'm intrigued that Braudet caught the ball as opposed to Casterton, but it was a good catch. Finally got out of the inning.
And in the inning, actually not a lot of hits. We had 2 hits. We had 3 hits that inning. But unfortunately for the Grenadiers, 5 errors. And that led to a 7-0 first inning lead.
You almost have to reenact the inning to see how many, if any of those are truly earned runs, because the first 3 players, looks like on your score sheet, reached on errors. So that would be 3 outs, boom. So that could be 7 unearned runs.
Actually, now it's wrong. It was 5 hits.
So EGTV YouTube channel. One way you can catch all the EGHS games on air on EGTV is to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll receive notifications when a game or other event is covered live by EGTV. You'll also be notified when a new video is added to the on-demand. To subscribe, go to the EGTV website at eg-tv.org and look for the link that will bring you to its YouTube page.
All right. Well, let's hope we get some offense here.
So it looks like all 7 of those runs were unearned. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy how it kind of snowballs.
Yeah.
The
sorry, one more thing. So Rangel's ERA now this game is 0.00, but
yeah,
behind 7-0.
Like you said, he should have been out of it with 3 up, 3 down, but did not get much help from his offense or his defense today. Speaking of defense, let's go through the lineup and the arrangement for the Wheeling Wildcats. Left field, you got Michael Matz. Center field, Luke Papa-Anu. Right field, Colin Fitzgerald. Third baseman, Jose Rivera. Shortstop, Reed Gergerts. Second base, Evan Fisher. Over at first, Owen Zalewski. Behind the plate, Tyler Zangar. And on the mound today is Zach Newkirk, who has been kind of the workhorse for the Wheeling Wildcats this year.
And a very dirty jersey.
Yeah. So the Wildcats are looking for a big game out of Newkirk, and the Grenadiers are looking to get some offense on the board here, see if they can chip into that 7-0 first inning lead.
Well, Newkirk is in a terrific spot. He's yet to pitch, right? So if he just doesn't walk anybody and makes them Elk Grove hit their way on base, he's almost got a win gifted to him. But if he walks a few 2 or 3 batters here, then a key hit there, and all of a sudden it's 7-2 in the first, 7-4 in the second. But he's got a golden opportunity for a win today.
Newkirk, tall right-hander, pitching from the windup. Here's the first pitch, taken for a strike.
Yeah, he's got some heat on the ball there.
Isaac Santowski, leadoff hitter for the Grenadiers, shortstop, number 7, right-handed hitter. Leading the team with a .341 average this year. Looks at ball 1 outside. 1-1 count.
I always liked to bat leadoff. Why is that? Because then you sometimes get one more at bat than everybody else.
Yeah, there a lot of coaches take that approach of having the best hitter as number 1 because you get him as many bats as possible. And Santowski lines one into right field, but Colin Fitzgerald is there to make the play, so gets a good piece of the ball, line drive to right field, but unfortunately retired for the first out of the inning.
Sometimes you just hit it right to somebody. That was well hit, kind of a line drive, but right at the right fielder.
Absolutely, and that's going to bring up our catcher, Kane Tagliova. So Kane is actually the second on the team hitting .325. He's a junior. Looks at strike 1. What do you think of the umpire's strikeout call?
I would have called that a strike 2. I think from this angle, again, we can see up and down. I think it was over the strike zone. Barely, but over the strike zone. I guess just the top of the ball has to be above the bottom of the strike zone, which ends at the top of the knees.
Let me rephrase that for you. I'm talking about his punch-out, his actual movement. Oh. Yeah. Do you like it? Are you a fan of that? Fall back for strike 2, 1-2 to Tagliova?
So many umpires are so different that I think I'm used to them all, right? So I didn't even notice he was, quote, out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I kind of like it. It's subtle. He uses his right fist to make the strike call. His ball outside, 2-2. The catcher Tagliova. Yeah, you can see he kind of pulls back the right hand. 2-2 in the dirt, swung, missed, picked up by the catcher Zangara, over to Zalewski for out number 2, and that's going to go down as a swing and strikeout.
That's the other thing about the strike zone. So, depending on if you're a tall batter, a short batter, it changes the strike zone. If you're in a crouch, the top of the strike zone changes, but depending on how much you crouch. And then where exactly is the top of the strike zone? Between the belt and the armpits, the sternum?
It depends.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have no clue. Stepping in now is Cooper Casterton, who takes a high strike. Speaking of the strike zone, where does it start?
You took the words out of my mouth.
Right. So quickly 0-1 to Casterton. Center fielder, lefty. Looks at ball 1 outside, 1-1.
And no punch out on that one?
Nope. Fouled off. It's going to be a creek shot. That's going to be our first one into the not so swollen Salt Creek anymore, which is really high and flooded over the weekend.
Oh,
from all the rain we had.
Yeah, and I get the videos from Fox Lake.
Yeah, it's nice that there's no rain here. Oh, there's one coming our way. Get your glove out, Bob. Oh, off the tree.
Yeah.
Saved by the tree.
I'm used to that sound from the golf course.
Yeah, I don't necessarily like that sound.
We got some puppy dog friends coming our way.
Bark at the park.
Yeah.
Got a couple of beautiful white dogs out here today. 1-2 to Casterton, taken outside for a ball.
Oh, the dog wants to come up here and play.
So 2-2 to the center fielder Casterton. Looking to get the Grenadiers a base runner here in the bottom of the first. Pitch taken high for a ball. So now full count to Casterton. 2 outs, bottom of the first, nobody on base. Newkirk is the pitcher for Wheeling. Casterton stepping into the box. And here's the pitch. Swung and missed by Casterton for strike 3.
So 3 up and 3 down.
3 up and 3 down. That's the way the Wildcats, I think, drew it up in the books today. Definitely not how the Grens wanted to go, but at the end of the first full inning of play, it is the Wheeling Wildcats 7 and the Elk Grove Grenadiers nothing, with the Wildcats coming up.
So the community blood drive. The next community blood drive will be Saturday, May 9th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Village Hall. Every donor will receive a special 70th anniversary themed candle. Visit elkgrove.org/blood drive for more information. Well, we've got like an endless supply of these to read today. Nice.
Endless supply.
Right.
That's good. I like that. We got to inform the village of what's going on here. There's so much happening in Elk Grove Village. I mean, it is the exceptional community. So we need everyone to know how exceptional it is. And, I do like to talk about all the things that are happening in the village. Right? It's going to be a great summer here. Full of events that are going to be covered by yours from EGTV. Pocket. So we could just do our game.
Well, right. Why not?
No, we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
Ball 1 to Dylan Balone, the DH, number 4 hitter. Last time up had a double. Looks at the 1-0, taken high for ball 2.
Now that's too high on that strike zone that we were talking about.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Of course, if that was Little League, I think my kid pitcher would throw those over the players' heads, and the umpires would still call strikes to get the game to move along.
Rangel back on the mound. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Taken for a strike. So
There's
2-1.
There's the punch you're talking about.
Yeah. I kind of like that punch. I don't like the over-the-top umpire movements. That one's subtle. It's nice. It gets the job done. Applause to the home plate umpire today. 2-1 from Rangel. Line drive hits shortstop. Santowski picks it up. Play over to Chi at first. Can't come up with the play.
See, that's the Santowski I'm used to. That was a great pickup. It was a rocket for an arm. Now, bouncing it in the dirt's not friendly, for the first baseman, but she just couldn't grab that. But a lot of first basemen, they don't mind that short hop pickup at first base. That was a nice pickup, Santowski at short, though. Unfortunately, it still results in a runner at first.
Yeah, and it looks like the Wildcats are looking to pick up right where they left off last inning with a runner on first.
And hitting the ball well. Now, you got the scorebook.
Yeah.
So did you give him a hit or an error?
I gave him a hit on that. Yeah, because Santowski had to range into the 6-hole to pick it up and make a long throw across, so he had to make a perfect throw to get him. There's a ball, pass ball to catcher.
And that's why I don't want runners on at all, right? So if that was a wild pitch or a pass ball and there was nobody there, there's no harm done. But here now the runner gets from first to second, takes off the force, takes away a double play, puts yet another runner in scoring position.
So Rangel quickly looking in the hole again, 3-1. I'm sorry. It is 1-0. There's ball 2 inside. So 2-0 to now Fitzgerald, the right fielder, who last time up had a double. Fitzgerald, lefty, number 5 hitter. Looks at another ball low, and quickly it's 3-0 to Fitzgerald with a runner on second from the pass ball.
I think Rangel just had the one walk in the prior inning.
Oh, yeah, there's one walk.
Yeah, that's it. So his control has been good.
The 3-0 to Fitzgerald. Taken for a strike, strike 1.
And I think that's what you have to do. You're behind by a lot of runs, right? Don't walk anybody. Don't make it worse. Challenge the hitters. Now, Wheeling's met the challenge so far today, but throw strikes.
Absolutely. Let your defense earn their money. The 3-1 to Fitzgerald. Roped between the 3-4 hole.
Or make Wheeling earn their bases.
That's going to be a line drive single. Play at the plate, not in time.
I generally don't like it.
Scores?
Yeah, I generally don't like it when outfielders try to make that play at the plate, because then what happens is the ball gets away, or the runner at first is heads up running and gets to second on that. But in this case, the runner on first, the batter, did not get to advance to second on the throw to the plate.
Yeah, no, that's definitely one of those where anytime you got a ball coming in from the outfield, unless it's a do or die type situation, or there's only one runner on base, you're trying to get them. You always want to make that throw so it can get cut off by one of the fielders, so that like you said, the ball doesn't get away from them on a wild throw, or the runner doesn't take an extra base because of the throw.
And then everybody's got a different scheme on who's the cutoff and then who's the backup person. Some teams use the pitcher as a cutoff. Some use the pitcher as a backup. Some teams will use the first baseman as a cutoff. In this case, if the first baseman is the cutoff, then the runner rounding first can get a really long lead on that throw that gets cut off because there's nobody covering first. So every team's got a different scheme for how to cut that ball off.
Quickly ahead of Zalewski, 0-1. He took a big hack at that pitch. Looks at strike 2 with the knees. So Rangel trying to work ahead 0-2. And while we were talking here, Elk Grove's got somebody up down the line in the bullpen. So not sure how long Rangel's going to get to go in this game.
Yeah, and I think if they do take
one
Rangel out, it's not because he's not pitching well. It's one of those things where they want to save his arm for another day, another game. He is a good pitcher. It just ran into some unlucky luck in the first inning, just causing his pitch count to go way up.
Yep, that's Ryan O'Malley warming up down the line there. curveball hit in the hole to Santowski. Picks it up over to second for the force play. Nice play by Santowski there to get the lead runner.
Good form, too. He went into the hole to the right, caught the ball in front of him, didn't have to reach too far back, not across his body. Made a good throw to second. Really nice play.
Yeah, and that's a big out there for the Grens.
Yeah, a little better jump from the wheeling runner. Might not have gotten the force out. He had no play at first.
Now stepping in is going to be the 7-hitter, Evan Fisher, who last time up hit a base hit.
And this is why you want the pass ball, the wild pitches, or the stolen base to take the force away so that play can't be made. If there was a runner at second, that would have been a hit.
Strike one. A little bit low below the knees. That's kind of a gift for a wrangle. But at this point, we'll take it.
Sometimes I wonder if the strike zone doesn't get wider when one team is ahead by a lot.
Yeah, sometimes it does, and there's no doubt about it. Zalewski takes off, fouled out, straight back out of play. It's going to be 0-2 real quick to Fisher.
Yeah,
The hit and run was on there.
Yeah, if there was a baseball-eating crocodile in the creek back there, he'd be full.
Well, thank goodness there isn't, because I'm not sure that baseballs would be all it would eat. Fisher with the 1-2 count. Rangel goes over to first, tries to get Zalewski, but nothing doing there. Slides back in safe.
Good move, perfect throw.
Zalewski over there with the pink mittens on. I'm sorry, pink batting gloves, not mittens. He looks like he's got some speed over there because of the gloves. There's the pitch taken outside for a ball.
Yeah, you have a point. You never see a defensive lineman or an offensive lineman in the NFL wearing pink or hot pink or orange shoes, right?
No, it's the fast guys that like to be showy.
Right, the neon colors.
So 1-2 to Fisher, 1 out, runner on first, 1 run in this inning. Rangel looks in, gets the sign. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Taken outside by Fisher for ball 2. So back to an even count, 2-2 Fisher. Zalewski over there getting another nice lead. See what the Grens do here. He might be going. Nope. There's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Picked up and dropped by the third baseman, Blasco.
That was tough. I think he had visions of getting the double play if he picked the ball cleanly, but he didn't. Dropped it, and then the throw to first just didn't have enough mustard on it and legged it out for a base hit. Well, probably an error.
Yeah, that's going to go in the books as an error again because that's a play that needs to get made.
Right.
So, struggling a little bit over there today at third base, but still plenty of time for redemption. But in for the Wildcats is going to be Jose Rivera. Last time up doubled. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Here's the pitch, taken high for a ball. Ball one to third baseman Rivera.
Yeah, sometimes you just have those days. Long time ago, I was in the softball game. I was playing third base, and 5 errors. I don't want to admit it, but that's what happened to me.
Hey, it happens. It's a game of failure, so it's bound to happen at some point. There's a ball in the dirt. Runner takes off. There's the throw from third, not in time, and he'll be in there with a stolen base.
Heads up running. The throw was a good throw.
See, and that's we knew that Zalewski had some wheels out there.
Right. It's the pink gloves.
Yeah. Looks like catcher Tagliova is a little shaken up on that. And while they're waiting, the umpire's going to walk out, give the catcher some time, hand a ball.
I really like how that umpire handled that. Give the catcher some time. So walk out slowly to the pitcher, hand them a ball, walk out slowly back to the plate. Gives the catcher some time to get the cobwebs off.
Absolutely.
Wipe off the plate a little bit.
But the Grens are in a whole lot of trouble here with runners on second and third with 1 out.
The infield not pulling in.
Yep. They got the corners in and the middle back. Rivera with a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Taken for a strike.
I mean, every team is different, but in this situation with the infield, middle infielders back, they're conceding the run. But usually that's the scheme you use when it's first and third, where you might get a double play by keeping the middle infield back.
Right.
But in this case, it's second and third, so just interesting. It's not a one-run game.
Pitch from Rangel, a little bit low and outside for a ball, so 3-1 to Rivera.
With first base open.
Papa Anu, Luke Papa Anu on deck. The 9-hitter. Looking for a chance to do some damage. Here's the 3-1 to Rivera. Taking down for a ball.
Well, the only good thing there is it puts the force on. So if you get a good, one hopper or two hopper to one of the infielders, they can turn two, get out of the inning that way. So added the force. So with the lefty hitter, it would have to be a 4. Well, not have to be, but more likely to be a 4-6-3 double play.
Yeah, we got the first and third baseman in on the grass. Shortstop and second baseman in double play depth, like you said. Hoping to turn two here and get themselves out of the inning with not a lot of damage done. Here's the pitch to Rangel. Driven to right field. It's going to be foul.
I'm a pitch behind, but I was thinking to myself, but what's going to happen is he's going to put the ball deep into the outfield and score a run that way.
Right. He's trying. Got some elevation on that one. Just didn't go far enough or fair enough.
Yeah, this is one of those rare times when an uppercut is probably okay. I generally am a line drive kind of a coach, right? Hit the line drives, get base hits. But if you get it up and out there, you do get a run.
Yeah, one out, you want to get something in the air and deep if you can, score one of those runners on a sac fly. The 0-1 from Rangel. And that's going to be driven in the air to left field. And Broad A slides to try to make a play, can't make a play there. It's going to score 2 runs. That's going to be a base hit.
That's another tough one. You feel like it should have been caught.
Yeah, the slide, though, makes it a little bit more difficult, but...
Well, I teach my players, if you're going to dive or slide, you're increasing your odds of catching the ball. You're not doing it out of desperation, but the downside of sliding or diving is it changes the elevation of your eyes.
It does, absolutely.
So sometimes you're not increasing it by diving. You got to be careful when to use it.
That's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, Gergertz, who looks at strike one. Gergertz 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a reach base on an error in the first inning. Came around to score in that first inning. But now the Wildcats with a 10-0 second inning lead. 1 out, looking to do more damage for the top of the order. Swung and missed by Gergertz. That's going to be strike 2. It looked like that was one of the first curveballs that we saw from Rangel today.
We have to go back and look at these 3 runs and say, are any of these earned?
Single fielder's choice. Single fielder's choice. And then an E.
Yeah.
There's a ground ball. Ooh, that's a spinner. That's one of those ones that's you almost have to run those out because it might spin back and play. But still 2 strikes to Gergertz.
What came after that error?
So we had single, and then we had a fielder's choice, and then we had an error, and then we had a walk, and then a single.
Yeah, so something's earned there. Okay.
Yep. And strike 3, Gergertz looks at a pitch on the outside and goes down swinging.
That's how you do it. You just strike everybody out.
And that's out number 2. That's a big out right there. Gergertz undeniably the best hitter on the Wheeling Wildcats team. But here's no easy out in Tyler Zangara. Catcher who so far today has put the ball in play twice and has reached twice on errors.
Yeah, how lucky is that? You put
Right.
it in play twice, you get on base because they made errors.
Helps your on base percentage.
That's a low pitch for a strike.
Yeah, he's starting to call those low pitches, which I'm okay with.
Yeah. Well, that gets you home sooner.
It sure does. In home today, it's going to be Buffalo Wild Wings, so it's not going to be home. It's going to be Buffalo Wild Wings today. And there's a pop-up off to the right side out of play.
I think you should get some NIL money for that little advertisement there.
That'd be nice. All NIL money goes strictly to my junior outfielder at Western Michigan. So.
Oh, that's a cool little commercial. Yeah, I forgot to ask about her today.
Right.
And weren't you in Toledo this weekend?
Actually, we were at in Kalamazoo. Toledo came there, and it was a big series for the Broncos, and they actually ended up taking 2 out of 3. Huge weekend. And I can say that my daughter was 4 for 8 on the weekend, so good for her. Base hit by Zangara up the middle. It's going to score a run, and that's going to tack on. It's going to be 11-0 now.
There's a nice line drive up the middle.
Up the middle.
Right, and then the grass in the outfield, even though it's cut, it's soft because of the rain and somewhat wet, and so the ball just kind of dies in the outfield, and Kesterton had to run way too far to get the ball. It was an easy score from second base. So your daughter was 4 for 8, huh?
She was.
Nice job.
Had a good weekend. And then they were at Michigan State yesterday. They almost pulled off the upset against the Power 4.
Oh.
They had a 4-run lead going to the bottom of the 6th, and they weren't able to hold on to it, and they ended up losing 9-8. It was fun to watch it because I was with the Big Ten Network. And there's a line drive caught by pitcher Rangel for the 3rd out of the inning. So...
Yeah, you have to put your little hat in the ring or resume in the ring and say, hey, let me announce those games on the Big Ten Network.
Right? Yeah, the cool thing about it, though, is if you ever watch the game, is that they have students that do them. And so students who are in the, sports broadcasting field, they get to be the ones that are the sideline reporters, they're the play-by-play people, and so the game operations, it's really cool.
So Chalk It Up to Character event. Grab your chalk and get ready for the annual Chalk It Up to Character event. From May 11th through May 17th, residents, businesses, schools, churches, and other organizations are invited to draw positive messages and pictures on your sidewalk, driveway, or entryway. Be sure to snap a picture of your artwork and send it to Tammy Miller at millertammy660@gmail.com. Whenever I read that one, I'm like, well, how do you spell Tammy Miller? So it's Miller Tammy, Tammy, 660@gmail.com.
Chalk it up, baby. Chalk it up. So that we'll recap the top half of the second. Wildcats were able to come through with 4 runs on 3 hits, left 2 runners on base. And now it is up to the Grenadiers' bats to get moving here, chasing 10 runs in the second inning.
This is just too interesting for the moment. So your daughter's a junior there. She's only got 1 more year. And
well, we're hoping there's going to be another year. It looks like the NCAA is going to push at some point this year to go to a 5-5.
Yeah, I mean, not what you want to hear. I'm not a fan of that because of tradition. But whatever, if it happens, it's awesome for her. But let's say it's 4 years. Will she graduate then in 4 years?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which major will it be?
2 majors. She's a double major. She is a sports marketing or sports administration and psychology.
So her goal is to be what, athletic director?
No, the way it looks now, she wants to be a sports psychiatrist. She wants to help kids with the mental aspect of the game. And if you know any college athlete, which I know you do, it is a very difficult process that they go through. School, sports, the ball 1 taking to Nathan Dean, the number 4 hitter. It's a very difficult road that they have to travel, especially if they do it for 4 years. The discipline that they need, the mental capacity, and there's a lot of kids that struggle with mental health.
Now, Western Michigan is no slouch school either, so she had to go through quite the recruiting process to get there.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a Power 4, but they're mid-major, and they're in the MAC conference, which is a very competitive conference. But yeah, no, she went through the ringer, right? So we spent a lot of time, and a lot of travel, and a lot of money trying to get her seen. But she did all the hard work, and she had a few schools to choose from, and landed on Western just because she loved the campus, she loved the coaches. So
now we won't tell anybody who the other schools were because we're not on the air or anything like that. So what were the other schools she didn't pick?
Long Island University in New York, and then the other one was Coastal Carolina. It's a ground ball hit our way, not going to make it. Strike 2, still because it's a foul ball, 2-2 count to the 4 hitter Nathan Dean. There's a pitch in the dirt, bounced in there for full count now to Dean.
All right, sorry, I can't resist. So she does stay her 5th year, and will then get, the first year of a master's degree? Would that be the plan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of, you talk about tradition. And there's ball 4 to Dean, so the first base runner of the day. You talk about tradition. I played college baseball, and I started at Ole Miss. And back when I was there, I went to Ole Miss, wasn't a good fit for me, and I wanted to come closer to home. I transferred out. I couldn't go to another Division I school unless I wanted to sit out a year. So I went to a Division III, Illinois Wesleyan, in Bloomington Normal, before I was able to transfer after 2 years. Swung on a miss by Damian Brade, 0-1, and finished at Illinois State. But you're looking at it, a lot of kids don't finish school in 4 years anymore, and so they're in school for 5 years. So I understand the whole tradition and kids coming in, and there's ball 1. But I think it also gives those kids who are in school and really working hard in school that opportunity to play. And if they get injured and they have to miss a year, it's like the same as getting a red shirt. Ground ball to second, scooped over to short for 1, over to 2. Couldn't hold on to the bag.
The relay was high, unfortunately, so he had to jump to get it. And of course, you got to get the ball first. There's no sense in staying on the base and let the ball go over your head. And during that jump is when the runner crossed the base.
Yeah, and that was I thought that was a tailor-made double play.
Sure.
So that looked like it was going to happen, but Gergers just couldn't get the throw on line, pulled the runner out, or pulled the first baseman off the bag. But it was going to be a bang-bang play anyway. So.
Well, and the throw off the line happened because the runner was barreling in from first base. He couldn't plant the foot where he wanted to plant it to make a good throw to first. So without tackling the relay throw, it certainly upset the throw.
And stepping into the boxes, the 6-hitter Dennis Rangel, the pitcher, looking to get some run support for himself out there. Runner at first and Brade. Here's the pitch taken outside.
And all that college stuff, the recruiting stuff, the rules being different years ago versus now, I mean, it's relevant to the players who are on the field right now. If you're going to go to one school, should you go to a 2-year school, 4-year school? Do you want to go to a Division I school? In this case, maybe you get 5 years.
Yeah.
And then, of course, then you got the portal. You don't have to sit out a year anymore when you switch schools like you did.
Line drive to left field. That's going to drop in there. Just foul. That was going to be trouble right there. Yeah, it's the portal has really messed up the sport in the fact that there's no limits to what you can do. And you got kids that play 4 or 5 years at 4 or 5 different schools. It just doesn't do anyone any good. Loyalty is out the door. But at the end of the day, they're student athletes, and that's what I think everyone forgets. There's so much money in it now that a lot of times they forget about the student portion of it. Foul ball into the creek, maybe? Yes.
Well, with the amount of money that's going around, the student part's not mattering as much to some of those.
No, and the reality is, you probably have 2% of college athletes that can actually make money playing the sport, and it's probably about the same amount of who gets NIL money. So the majority of kids are not seeing any type of NIL money. It's nice that they can work and make some money, but they're not getting the type of money that these big Power 4 schools are getting and the top athletes either. So ball taken outside, so full count now to Rangel. Left-handed batter, right-handed thrower pitcher. Looking to keep the inning going here. 1 out, runner on first. Brade over there, reaching a fielder's choice. Here's the pitch from Newkirk. Fouled.
Another one
right
this
off
way.
over our head here. Good thing we got that whomping willow tree there knocking everything down.
So you're going to have to open up a recruiting consulting business to go along with your real job.
I could.
Yeah.
With
sure
everything
could.
that I know and everything that we've gone through. It was quite the experience, and I'll tell you, it's not something that every kid can do on their own. So here comes the full count again to Rangel. And there's a line drive in the left center field. That's going to drop in there for a base hit. Left fielder rounds it like he's checking it out. Almost like he's doing the spin the bat game out there. No damage done, though. Gets the ball back in, and Rangel is going to be in there for the first hit of the game for the Grenadiers.
And not giving up too many walks is key here. Make Elk Grove continue to get base hits to get runs. They're down by a lot. Was it 10-0?
10-0, yeah.
So it's going to be tough to get 10 runs back. But, one by one, hit by hit, they can get it. But don't give them any gifts by walking them.
That's all you can do, right?
And he's done a good job at, keeping the ball in the strike zone.
Pitch to the 7-hitter, first baseman Nick Chi. Fouled off out of play to the right side. Ryan O'Malley, the DH, is back there to snag that one. Get it back to the umpire.
Well, being a DH, it's important for him to be able to field the baseball behind the plate.
Absolutely.
Wants to show the coach, I can play the field.
Nick Chi looks at strike 2 on the outside.
That's a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, right at the knees and away.
Right.
Tough to handle for the batter, but now down 0-2. Runners at first and second. Brade and Rangel out there. Newkirk looks in. Here's the pitch. Taken for strike 3 on the outside corner. Same exact pitch, and that's going to go down as a strikeout.
That's a tough pitch, though. I mean, you're thinking, well, you got to swing the bat, right? But yeah, I can see why you're not swinging the bat on that pitch.
Yeah, and that's strikeout number 3 today for Newkirk.
Yeah, Newkirk's pitched a good game.
And in steps number 18, the designated hitter, Ryan O'Malley.
And if he can get him out, he preserves his shutout.
O'Malley looking to drive that first run in for the Grents here. Takes one outside for a ball. I really like how Newkirk is working the in and out of the plate. He's right around the knees on a lot of pitches, but he's working them in and working them out.
Yeah, he's got good control. And honestly, a nice fastball.
There's the 1-0, low in the dirt, 2-0. O'Malley in the driver's seat here, looking for something that he can really put the barrel to.
What we don't see from down the line, though, is how much movement is on, if any, on that fastball, but it's got some velocity. It's got enough to get the job done.
Absolutely. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Swung and missed by O'Malley. But that one was right down Broadway. O'Malley couldn't get a piece of it.
And as the game wears on, it might be tougher and tougher to hit Newkirk.
Absolutely. And see, that's the thing that I need a pronunciation thing here. Is it Newkirk or Newkirch?
Oh, let's see.
We'll call him whatever.
Oh, yeah.
We'll call him Zach. No, I don't know.
Like Newkirch,
I have no idea because everyone pronounces their name differently. So we're going to go with Kirch and Kirk.
Yeah, it's got to be Newkirch.
Tomato. Here's the pitch, taken low for a ball. 3-1 to O'Malley, so back again in the driver's seat. Looking for something that he could just hammer here. Get the grins on the board. On this beautiful sunshiny day in Elk Grove Village, Illinois. Here's the pitch. Taken for a strike at the knees again.
Like you said, in and out. He's just very good at painting the outside low corner.
Yeah, I think if you're O'Malley here, you got to look at that pitch again, see if you can drive it, take it the other way. A lot of room out there in left center. Oh, O'Malley calls time out real quick.
The game within the game.
Yeah. O'Malley out there sporting the shades while he's batting. Oh, Newkirk. Newkirch. Fakes a move to second base. Nothing happening there. No harm done. Look back in. 3-2 count to O'Malley. 2 outs. Bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. And swung. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt for strike 3.
Pitched himself out of that. I'll say miniature jam with a 10-0 lead.
And that's going to do it. The Grents try to make some noise. Leave 2 runners on base. Get their first hit of the game. But are unable to come across with any runs. So at the end of 2, it is Wheeling 10, Elk Grove 0.
So Public Works Open House. The Elk Grove Village Public Works will be holding its annual open house on Saturday, May 16th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the James Paul Petrie Public Works facility located at 450 East Devon Avenue. There'll be activities for the entire family, including facility tours, sweeper rides, demonstrations, snow cones, popcorn, and more. For more information, please call 847-734-8800. I always wonder when we play that number, somebody's not like sitting by the broadcast with a pencil and paper to write the phone number down. So 847-734-8800.
Yeah, I think you can also, if you go to the Public Works website, information's all over that. So for those people who are internet savvy, jump online and just do a quick Google search, just find the information, but definitely the Public Works. That's always a good time. I don't know if you've been. Bob, have you been to that?
I can't say I have. I wish I could say I have.
Yeah, I think I mentioned during the softball game last week, one of my good friends works for Public Works, and he just has a blast. I think his favorite day of the year, I think.
Now this is interesting. A new pitcher.
Yeah, looks like O'Malley, huh?
And where did Rangel go?
He might be the DH now. Either that or he's in right field. I can't see out there.
It's a righty in right field. So
yeah, he throws right-handed. I just can't see from here. Nope, he's DH.
So in the warm-ups, O'Malley doesn't look like he's got a lot of speed on the ball, so we'll see what happens here. Wheeling's been really hitting well today.
Yeah, and that's going to close the book on Rangel. 9 hits over 2 innings, 10 runs.
Yeah, but so few of those 10 runs were earned.
Yeah.
I mean, even though you're down 10-0, I mean, it could be 3-0. He pitched actually pretty well.
If I was really paying attention, I could probably figure that out.
It's hard to reenact it in a way, but
Right? 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 2 innings pitched.
do I see an 11th run there?
Oh, that's 11. What do you know? 11-0. Struggling today. Struggling.
I felt bad. I drove by the softball field. I don't remember which day. It might have been yesterday. And Elk Grove softball, after just an inning and a half, was down 12 to, I don't remember anymore, 12 to 1 or 12 to 2. But the other it struck me that the other team scored 12 runs in the first 2 innings.
First pitch from O'Malley, taken inside by Balloon for a ball.
Now, O'Malley, you need to throw strikes too. That's
Yep.
just his first pitch, though.
And D.H. Dillon, Balloon, is 2 for 2 on the day with a single and a double. Takes ball 2 down in the dirt.
Now, as a batter, when you see a new pitcher like this, I would never, ever swing at the first pitch unless it's a fat, juicy, straight fastball down the middle. But you want to see what kind of motion he's got, what kind of motion on the pitch he's got, the timing of the pitch, the speed of the pitch.
Hacking on 2-0 there. O'Malley with the breaking ball gets him to foul it off back towards the Wheeling Wildcat dugout. Hope everyone's okay down there. O'Malley, the left-hander, started as a DH, now pitching in the game, the 3rd inning. Pitch taken high for a ball, 3-1.
That's kind of a concept. You're starting out as DH, then coming into pitch.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the pitcher, you're thinking he's now the DH.
Well, what's interesting about that, and there's ball 4, low and in. So that would take Rangel out of the game because he was actually in the batting lineup.
Right.
So it'd be interesting to see who they put in that spot. So in's going to step to number 5 hitter Colin Fitzgerald, who was also 2 for 2 on the day. Hits a ground ball to the second baseman. Montag flips it over to Santowski, over to first for the double play.
The magic of O'Malley.
That's going to go as the old 6-4-3. We like it. Fielder's choice, 4-3 put out, the 6-4. And that's our first double play of the game.
Well executed.
And that's going to keep the Grenadiers close in the game if they can keep this going. Now batting Zalewski. Zalewski is 0 for 2 on the day, but has reached base and scored.
What a confidence builder for O'Malley. Got the first guy on, and your defense turns a double play right behind you.
Absolutely. Ball 2 quickly falls behind Zalewski.
So he can have confidence here. They can put this runner on, and the next batter will ground out and end the inning.
There you go. I am smelling a pattern.
We got his future planned out.
Right? Here's the 2-0 from O'Malley. Line drive hit into the right center gap. Casterton's going to get over there, pick it up.
And that's okay, because the next batter's going to ground out anyway.
There you go. It's just how they wrote it. Just how they scripted it. Zalewski with a nice piece of hit in there. Line drive into the right center field gap for a base hit. Wildcats are back in business here with 2 outs and a runner on first.
Now, O'Malley looks like he's tough to run on. Lefty, yeah, and then the way he kicks his leg up looks like he could go to first or home.
But as we all know, Zalewski's got some wheels over there because he's got pink gloves. Ball taken in, a little chin music there.
Yeah, the natural stretch from O'Malley is he does not put the right knee behind the rubber when he goes to the plate, and that's the key. When that knee gets behind the leg, the runner on first can take off at that point.
Oh, yeah. Ball 2 outside. Yeah, when I was running, that was always a given. A lot of times we ran on first move.
Right.
And so you just get a good lead off. As soon as they move to anything, you take off for second. And them getting 2 perfect throws, not always easy. There's ball 3 outside. So O'Malley seemed to be struggling a little bit from the stretch this time around. Last time he threw 1 pitch, got a double play. 2 batters to go. Fitzgerald grounded into that 6-4-3 double play there.
Yeah, that's where the saying comes from. It's better to be lucky.
Right? It's the 3-0 from O'Malley. Taken for a strike.
The
So 3-1 to Fisher.
Yeah, the familiar punch from the ump.
Yeah. I like that because, you call it a punch out for a strikeout, and, it's like that punch, right? And taken outside for a ball. So that's going to be ball 4, and that's going to be a walk for Fisher, who has reached for the 3rd time today. Moving down to second, Saluski.
With his pink gloves.
Which, as you all know, means that he's fast.
As he's proven.
That's what Bob and I have agreed to.
He's taking the lead into short left field.
Number 8, third baseman, Jose Rivera steps in. 1 for 1 on the day, follows that one straight back to the right.
And the baseball-eating crocodile gets another one.
I think it's a duck now. It is a fierce duck that attacks and swallows baseballs.
A fierce duck. That's good.
Yeah. I keep seeing them flying over on the stream over there. And someone's out there casting into the Salt Creek trying to see if he can catch some fish. Well, the 1-1 ground ball. It's going to be a tough play for the second baseman. Comes in, picks it up. Not able to make the play, throws it away.
You feel like if he's not going to get the play out at first, at least don't throw it away because then the run comes in. If he eats the ball or throws it to the first baseman even late, nobody scores on that play, no harm done. But nope, he threw it against the fence and the run scores. That's a shame. But he had to hustle.
Yep, and
the ball did not roll much on that grass because it's long and wet and the ground is soft, so he had to charge the ball even more. Unfortunately, that error on the throw lets a run come in.
Yep. Yeah, and we're going to give him a base hit on that because I think he would have beat that out, and it just on the throw allowed a run to score and a runner move to third.
So it's a base hit and an error on the throw. The run scores.
Yeah, runners at first and third, 2 outs. 9-hitter Papineau steps in, takes strike 1 on the outside.
Now that's a good pitch. So I'm guessing O'Malley didn't expect to pitch in this game. So he, even though you warm up in the bullpen, there's a mental aspect to it too. Will I pitch?
Yeah.
Will I won't pitch?
There's that hope that you're not, right?
Yeah, well, some. I don't know. I'd like to pitch. But
there's going to be a blooper in there over the shortstop's head. That's going to score another run.
Where I was going with that is O'Malley looks like he's getting stronger as he goes, and then they get a little duck snort hit into the outfield.
Right. It's now 13-0 Wheeling.
And that goes
Top
back
of
to
the third
that
here.
little squibber in the infield. If that play can be made at first in time, that's out of the inning.
Absolutely. Could have been out of here with no runs, but now Wheeling has plated 2 this inning. It's going to bring back to bat Reed Gerger. It's 4th at bat of the day. Takes high, ball 1.
Nobody holding the runners on.
Yeah, you don't expect to get 4 at bats in your 4th at bat in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, that's for certain.
It's usually going really well for your team when that happens. Gerger takes ball 1, ball 2 inside. Little noise coming out of the Wildcat dugout, thinking that there's some sort of message being thrown there, which there's not.
This
but
is
it's fun.
Yeah, and a different topic. If I were the Elk Grove team, I'd move the outfield in a little bit because if there's a hit to the outfield, it won't roll and the run will score.
There's a ground ball hit up the middle. That's going to be in there for a base hit.
And the run didn't score.
And the coach could have easily sent him, but he chose not to.
Very conservative base running from Wheeling. That was a station-to-station base hit in the middle. I can't imagine that couldn't run home on that.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely one of those where it's like, hey, we've got a 13-run lead. We haven't done much. We're not gonna try to run the score up here.
Well, especially after the announcer just got done saying if the ball goes into the outfield, it's going to be able to score easily from second base.
Yeah. And while that was going on, heard a lot of cheering and applause. Looked over to my left at the JV game here, and Elk Grove just hit a home run over the fence. Can't see what the score is over there, but
if they hit it the right direction, it can land in this field.
They did. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Now stepping on the number 2 hitter, Tyler Zangara, takes strike 1. Zangara's reached base 3 times, but he's only 1 for 3 today.
But what an opportunity. Bases loaded.
And a ball hit down the line, fielded by third baseman Blasco, steps on the bag, and the Grins get out of the inning.
That was a real nice scoop on that inning.
So that's going to go as a ground out to third baseman unassisted for the 3rd out. But more damage is done. The Wheeling Wildcats tack on 2 more on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. So at the end of 2.5 of play, Wheeling Wildcats 13, Grenadiers 0.
That's a lot of runs after, 3 times at bat.
Right?
Memorial Day Ceremony. The community is invited to attend the annual Memorial Day observance ceremony hosted by the village with the support of VFW Post 9284. The ceremony will be held indoors on May 25th at 10:45 a.m. at the Elk Grove Park District Pavilion Gym located at 1000 Wellington Avenue. The event will include placing of wreaths, a flag folding ceremony by the Police and Fire Honor Guard, and performances by the Elk Grove High School Concert Choir and Jazz Ensemble. If you're unable to attend, you can watch it live on EGTV Channel 6, Facebook, YouTube, or on the website at eg-tv.org.
Memorial Day, I can't believe it's coming already.
Time
About
just
a month,
flies, yeah.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to getting some nice weather. We finally got some nice weather.
Well, of course, with it come the dandelions.
Dandelions are everywhere, man.
Except on this field. This field is so well kept up.
Oh, it looks great. The last time we were here last week, the grass was so high that the balls couldn't even get. I mean, you'd hit a ball into left field down the line, you couldn't even find it. It was like the rough at the U.S. Open.
Well, I know all about rough, just not at the U.S. Open.
Yeah. No, you know what? The game of golf would be so much easier for me if I just stayed on the short stuff.
I like those. I've never seen it live, but you play soccer golf where you kick the ball a couple times and it goes into this big bucket or big hole.
Mm-hmm.
That would be an interesting game to play. I've never done that.
Like fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've seen that. There's also a new version of golf. Gosh, I gotta see if I can remember what it was, because I thought it was pretty cool. But what I do like, do you play bags at home?
I don't.
Okay.
I have done it, but not at home.
Yeah, I don't play bags a lot,
Yeah.
but one of the things now is it's a chipping game. So you instead of having the bean bags, you've got a wedge
Yeah.
and a ball, and you got to score by getting balls into the hole. So kind of fun. First batter comes up, hits a line drive, drops in fair down the right field line. He's thinking two, chugging all the way out there. Number 9 hitter. There's the throw, and it almost gets him at second. Slides in ahead of it. So Dylan Blasco starts off with a double down the right field line, and that's just what the Grens needed to get going here in the bottom half of the third inning.
And I love the base running on that. The spot in the outfield over the first baseman like that, where the right fielder has to go to the line, it's a perfect opportunity to get a double, and he legged it out with wheels. But conventional wisdom is don't get thrown out at second when you're down by 14 runs or something, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, you're down by 14 runs. This is how you get a spark. So he ran it, legged it out, got it second, just barely beat the tag, but a nice hit.
Absolutely. You know what? And more often than not, you're going to be able to get in on that play because you see it, you can see where the outfielder is, and he's got to make a perfect throw to get you. So great hustle play by Blasco to start the inning off with a double. That's going to bring up the top of the order, Nazik Santowski. Swinging at the first pitch, fouls it off to the right. It's going to go out of play.
And don't have to worry about hitting my car in the parking lot because the parking lot's way over there.
Right? Yeah, we got about a good, 200 yards, maybe, to get to the parking lot. So your car's safe.
Yeah, it was a long walk when I had to get my jacket.
Santowski last time up lined out to the right fielder and a good solid swing of the bat, but takes ball 1, so 1-1. And again, Santowski, the senior. Team full of a lot of seniors. They've got, I think, 8 seniors on this team.
And Newkirk is just absolutely pitching a gem here.
Sure is. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball back to the pitcher off his glove.
Whoops.
Gets through the infield. That's going to score a run. That's going to be an infield hit for Santowski. And the Grens are on the board here in the bottom half of the third inning. So that's what you like to see, right? You get a double, runner in scoring position. Next time up, leadoff hitter. Grounds one up the middle. The pitcher gets a hand on it. I think maybe if he doesn't get a hand on that, might be an easier play from one of the middle infielders. But because of that, it's going to squirt through there for a base hit. And it's 13-1 now, Wildcats. With Tagliova, the catcher, up. Hits a ground ball to shortstop. Fielded over to second base for 1. Back to first. Not in time.
Ooh, that was close. That would be one you want to replay. I thought he was going to be out if he caught the ball at first. He did catch it. It was a one-hopper at first, but yeah, you got to play that one back and see. I would like to have seen the shortstop throw the ball to the second baseman overhand with a little bit more pace on it. I think the underhand toss to second was all it took for the runner to be safe.
Yeah, it's such a tough play to make regardless.
Right.
Especially with this grass, high grass, the ball's not moving very fast, so you got to be everything's got to be perfect to make that play. But that's the first out of the inning. Santowski forced at second. Newkirch throws over. Tagliova back safely.
Just kind of a token toss to first. It tells him, hey, I'm not going to forget about you.
Right.
I don't care what the score is. You're not going anywhere while I'm on the mound.
And that's going to bring up the center fielder, Cooper Casterton, number 3 hitter.
The guy that can play every sport.
Tagliavia. I've been saying his name wrong. Kane Tagliavia is the catcher. I'm seeing Tagliavia. Casterton hits the ball again. Oh, the shortstop can't make the play through the wickets. He's going to roll in the center field. And aggressive base running by Tagliavia gets him to third base on the error by the shortstop.
And smart running, and like you said, aggressive. So I like that Elk Grove is aggressive on the base paths, even though they're down by a lot. When you're down by a lot, some teams will go to station, one base at a time kind of thing because they don't want to get thrown out somewhere. But at the end of the day, I think you're better off being more aggressive.
Absolutely. Now, I'm not going to make up any excuses for anybody because no one needs excuses. The one thing I will tell you, though, is there's a pretty big lip out there in the infield. And one thing with Wheeling, I just saw this week, there's ball 1 to Nathan Dean. They have gotten awards for their field and how their field is upkept and how it's done. So, probably a little bit of a uncertainty that the fielders are facing, not knowing how the ball's going to hop. There's a line drive hit out in right center field. That's going to drop in there for a base hit. And there could be a play at the plate. A lot of confusion there by Tagliavia. Wasn't sure if he caught it. He took off for third, took off for home, stopped, ran back to third.
Well, he thought there was a chance, on second thought that it might be caught and he was going to have to tag up. So he's running back to third to tag up. Then the ball landed, and then he took off for the plate late. And then the relay almost beat him at the plate. But he still scored.
Yeah, second run of the day for the Grens. So Grens are starting to get put together a little something here on Newkirch, who's got a 13-2 lead. But we got runners on first and second and only one out. 2 runs in.
Another just little oddball thing. Okay, so we've got runners at first and second and a left-handed batter up, and the second baseman goes to hold the runner at second back. It would going to hold the runner at second on a bit would be with the shortstop.
Well, in today's day and age of advanced scouting,
that must be it.
Right?
So
thinking that he's going to hit it to the left side. Yeah, that is an interesting call. Normally you'd have the shortstop covering the bag there.
I mean, that's the whole reason you do a hit and run with a left-handed batter, to open up that gap.
Yep. And there's a ball taken low, 1-1 to Broad A, the left fielder. Swinging the blue with red tip bat. Kind of looks like a bomb pop a little bit.
Well, of course, my favorite bat is the pencil bat.
Right? You don't see too many of those anymore, though. Like, there was a couple years ago, you saw them everywhere. I don't know if that's kind of gone out of fashion. Oh, that's like a two-tone bat. Half of it's red, half of it's blue. The 1-2 to Broad A. In the dirt for a ball, 2-2.
Well, Newkirch just cannot walk people. That's the only way, Elk Grove, well, not the only way, but the most likely way if Elk Grove gets back in the game, that's how they would get back in the game.
Oh, absolutely. And doing that would keep us here for a very long time today. Keep the walks to a minimum. Let them put the ball in play. Here's the 2-2. Steps off. Timeout call by the batter. Broad A. Steps back in. Newkirch gets the sign. Looks at the runner at second. Here's the pitch. And swung and missed for strike 3. That's going to be the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up, who do we got here? So Rangel, they must have just switched where he became the designated player. So since O'Malley was in the lineup, he was in the lineup hitting anyway, so he got to stay in and pitch, and Rangel stays in the game, just becomes a DH. Who last time up singled. Swings at the first pitch for strike one, fouled straight back. So good cut there. Looking to drive in the third run of the inning. Just with Casterton on second.
Yeah, just like with softball, right? You foul it straight back. That means you've got the timing right.
Yep.
So if you're a pitcher, you might want to change faster or slower, one way or the other.
And here's the 0-1. Fouled our way right over our head.
Well, you missed the big tree.
Yeah, I think he was going for the goalposts. Trying to split the uprights over there for strike two.
Well, he's down by a lot of runs, so he's going for the field goal.
Yeah. Trying to get three fast points. Rangel with his back up against the wall, 0-2 pitch. And there's a ground ball hit to the second baseman who can't field it. Gets through. It's going to score a run. Runner's going to get the third. So that's going to go down as an error. So E4 should have been the third out of the inning. And it's going to go as...
Some of these errors have been hot-ish smashes, but nonetheless should be picked up.
Yeah, that's going to be the second error of the inning for the Wildcats, and now it's 13-3.
So we may have to go back and look and see how many of these 3 runs are earned.
And there's strike taken by Nick Chi.
Can't blame the field for the errors. Fields looks to me like it's in perfect shape.
Right? Actually, it looks like we got a pinch hitter.
I think you had a point, though, on the lip on the grass to the sand, though.
Swung and missed.
Sometimes when the ball hits, or you don't know if it's going to hit the lip or the grass or the dirt, it makes it tough. But you got to still get behind it, so if you don't get it, it doesn't get behind you into the outfield.
Right.
Don't give up another base. Now, this would be I mean, let's not go crazy, but a big hit, 2 runs closer. It's 2 out, so you don't want to leave these players on second and third.
And the pinch hitter is Ryan Gomez. Quickly behind 0-2. Taking a ball down low and away. 1-2.
That was a good take. It's hard to take on 0-2, especially when you're a pinch hitter.
And the one thing we didn't talk about was on the pitch before that, Dennis Rangel stole second base uncontested. So now we got runners at second and third, 2 outs. Gomez puts one in the air, the right side. Looks like it's being in play. The first baseman camps under it, makes the play for out number 3. But a productive inning for the Grenadiers, who pick up 3 runs in the inning on 3 hits.
So 16 runs total in 6 at-bats. A lot of runs today. Coffee with the Board. The next Coffee with the Board will take place on Saturday, May 2nd from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at 75 Turner Avenue. This event provides an opportunity for residents to meet with Village Board members in a relaxed atmosphere and discuss any community topics, issues, or questions.
Coffee with the Board.
That is a nice opportunity.
I wonder, so, you know, obviously here in town we've got a couple Dunkin' Donuts, we've got a couple Starbucks, but I think everyone's really excited for what's coming this fall. So I'm not sure if you ever heard of Dutch Brothers Coffee. So Dutch Brothers Coffee is going to be coming this fall over at on the west side, Meacham and Beesterfield, by the new hockey arena that's going in.
Now, serious question: does that actually excite you? I mean,
it does.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, I'm the type of person that likes to have flavored sugary drinks with a hint of coffee, and Dutch Brothers is like the perfect drink for that.
Okay.
So,
now, see, I'm not a coffee drinker, and I wouldn't know. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. So. You know, it's kind of funny. I didn't know anything about Dutch Brothers until about 4 years ago. My daughter Megan, who we were on she went to a camp and a recruiting trip to Amarillo, Texas. So we were at West Texas A&M University, and she's like, "Dad, we got to go to Dutch Brothers." She saw it online or something, and we found a Dutch Brothers and got it that night. And it's kind of been, you know, they're a West Coast started company, and so they've done everything out on the West Coast. They've been filtering and trickling all over the country, and so they're starting to. I think this will be the second one in Illinois. The first one's going to be in Melrose Park, I believe. And so everywhere we go, we got to go get it, right? And so we go to California every summer, and of course there's one out there we got to hit. So.
Kind of reminds me of In-N-Out Burger or Whataburger, good burger joints out in California or Texas. But someday when they move to here, it will be a big deal and it will excite people as well.
In-N-Out Burger is my favorite burger. Love it. That's another thing. It's a staple. When we go to California, things we have to do. We always do Dutch Brothers. We always do In-N-Out. And In-N-Out can't just be one time, so it's got to be multiple times.
So I think we deserve some more NIL money for these commercials.
Right? Top of the fourth, three-hitter, pitcher Newkirk. Or Newkirch, we're not sure yet. No one's come over to correct us, so takes ball one outside.
I've had that happen a couple of times. When you mispronounce somebody on the air, they're listening while the game is being played. You can do that. They can be behind the home plate listening to the game.
Yeah, so if you know and you're watching the game, shoot us a text on Facebook. Newkirch pops one up to the right side in foul territory. First baseman, Nick Cheese still in the game, or is it Gomez? Makes the play for the first out.
That was amazing diving catch, but the question is, was it a diving catch because it was necessary or because it was not judged correctly initially? But whatever, he ends up with the ball on an absolutely stunningly good dive.
Looks like that's Tagliavia over at first base now, makes the play. And there's a ball hitting center field. Casterton camps under it. Quickly, 2 outs.
Now, if these plays were made in the first inning like they are now, the score is not 13.
Right? So a quick 2 outs for O'Malley here in the top of the fourth. It's going to bring up the 5-hitter, Colin Fitzgerald.
And O'Malley not wasting any time going to the plate. I think he's happy he's getting the outs quickly.
Fitzgerald takes the ball outside.
I always joke around with
Ball
the pros.
inside,
It takes them like
2-0.
15 minutes in between every pitch. Now they got the pitch clock, and that's why they have the pitch clock. But O'Malley, he would not need a pitch clock.
No. I am a big fan of the pitch clock, though.
I am too.
Here's a foul ball.
They put a lot of other rules in baseball to shorten the game. Two tosses to first base, things like that. And I'm like, well, all you needed was this pitch clock.
Right.
The reliever comes in and has to pitch to 3 batters. I'm not a fan of that rule, too. It's just not traditional. I mean, maybe if that's how they did it in 1894, okay, keep it up now. But I like the, come in 1 batter at a time if you want.
Yeah, if anyone out there who knows the rules and how the game was played in 1894, please call in. And there's a swing and a miss by Fitzgerald. Kind of waves at a high pitch. Maybe fooled a little bit by that. 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the fourth. 13-3 Wildcat lead. It's the pitch from O'Malley. And it's popped up over the side. It's coming our way. Looks like it's in play. And a nice play by the third baseman.
I'm going to say one of those grounders he didn't catch earlier, that pop-up made up for it. That was a nice grab. He had to go a long way behind him a little bit, right in front of us. He had to make sure he wasn't going to run over the cameraman, us here. That was a really good catch.
Yeah, for the third out. So first time in this game, the Wildcats go 3 up and 3 down.
Yeah, O'Malley is going to throw a party. Doing a good
and
job.
No errors. So the first inning with no runs, no hits, and no errors for the Grens there. So at the end of 3.5 in play, it is still 13-3 with the Grens coming up with 7, 8, 9.
So
Actually,
LMJ. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's right.
LMJ's Lost Souls Golf outing. The 11th annual Golf to End Alzheimer's is Friday, June 5th at Fox Run Golf Links right here in Elk Grove Village. Volunteers, sponsorships, and raffle prize donations are also needed. Proceeds benefit the local organization LMJ's Lost Souls Alzheimer's Fund in its mission to make a difference in the fight against Alzheimer's disease. For more information, visit lostsoulsandalz.org. So lostsoulsandalz.org.
Oh, and hey, just in from the Weather Center, the EGTV Winter Center, it is currently 73 degrees and very, very sunny.
Yeah,
Not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah, we're very proud of that weather bug we got now.
Yeah. And I guess the only people that could complain about a day like today would be the conspiracy theorists who think that those vapor trails up there are trying to poison us.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to agree with that. O'Malley steps in.
I want to know.
Strike one.
Yeah, I want to know what I did wrong on TikTok, right? To get all these flat earther emails or texts or whatever they're called,
You
videos.
just clicked on one thing and that was it. Then you're done. Now they think that you're one of them. You might be getting a welcome kit in the mail too.
I'm doomed.
Flatearth.org. O'Malley fouls one off into the mouth of the river alligator.
No, isn't it a duck now? It's probably a nest full of
Could've been
baseballs.
Yeah, I think it is. I think the ducks took over, chased the alligator out of there. O'Malley puts one in the air to left field. That's going to be caught by the left fielder, Michael Matz.
He did a great job getting back on that ball. So often outfielders, they play deep so they don't have to run back. But you can play shallower, and if the ball goes over your head, you just have to know how to turn and run and get it. So many outfielders, they'll just float back, backpedal, and then they trip on the grass or on their cleats or something. He did a great job. He sprinted back as far as he thought he needed to, and then he readjusted from there to get under it.
Oh, in steps the bat, Blasco. Makes weak contact on a check swing back to the pitcher, and he's quickly retired.
Nicely done there. A lot of coaches teach pitchers to run to first as fast as you can to get the throw as close you can make it so you don't throw it into the bullpen.
No, absolutely. For some reason, pitchers just struggle to a lot of time make that throw that isn't the 60-foot, 6-inch throw.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
You'd think that throwing all day long, you could throw a different baseball to another place, but it's hard somehow.
And back to the top of the order with Santowski, who takes ball one. Santowski 1 for 2 on the day. Last time up had a base hit and then was unfortunately forced at second. So he hasn't had a chance to score any runs today, but he's looking to keep the inning going here. Takes ball 2.
And Newkirch pitching quickly as well.
Yeah, he is. They're moving along. I think there's a lot of anxiety in the air to get to the 5th inning.
That's right.
Here's the pitch, taken for a strike. So 2-1 to Santowski, the shortstop. Again, looking for a big hit here to keep the inning going after a quick 2 outs. Here's the pitch line drive. That's going to be in there. It's going to find the right center field gap. Cut off by the center fielder before it hits the wall, but it's going to be a stand-up double for Santowski, doing exactly what he was hoping to do there.
Later in the summer, that'll probably make it all the way to the fence out there. Harder ground, not soft from the rain. Just a little shorter grass cut. That was well hit.
Absolutely, that was a rope. Catcher's going to go out there and talk to his pitcher Newkirch, kind of go over the strategy for what they're going to do with the number 2 hitter Tagliavia.
Well, and sometimes I wonder, there's a runner at second, so okay, the indicator's this, not that now. We want to make sure he's not sealing your signs.
So Tagliavia on the day 0 for 2. Did reach base last time on a fielder's choice and came around to score that first run. Swings at the first pitch for strike 1.
As he was looking at us while he was swinging.
Yeah. Nice pitch by Newkirch there.
He's done a great job today.
Yeah, he's really been good on the mound. And I know he's looking to get out of this with limiting the damage here, while the Grens are looking to put another run on the board. And strike 2, swung and missed.
He had a little bit of bend on the ball.
Yeah, I think that's 2 breaking balls in a row there. And Newkirch has not shown the breaking ball too much today. Working primarily with his fastballs.
Maybe changing speeds a bit, but yeah, not too much movement, I guess you'd say.
Now here's the 0-2 to Tagliavia. Low in the dirt, and that's going to go all the way to the backstop. Takes a hard round of third. Looking to see if he can make it, but no go there. But now we got a runner at third on the wild pitch. 1-2 to Tagliavia. Santowski with a good lead at third. Here's the pitch, and there's a ball hit deep in the left center. That's going to score a run. That's going to be off the base. It's going to go in for a stand-up double.
I think the outfielder was lifting both arms up like he was preparing to say, I can't get the ball, it's at the base of the fence, but then he decided, oops, it's not there, I'll go ahead and grab it and throw it in.
Yeah, that looked like I thought he was going to ask for a ground rule double on that.
Right.
Either way, it was going to be 2 and score a run. So,
But well hit.
yeah, the Grens have cut the lead to 9
Starting
here in
to
the
tee
bottom
off.
of the 4th.
Yeah, starting to tee off a little bit. Newkirch maybe losing some, losing something as the game wears on.
Yeah, he definitely made a mistake on that 1-2 pitch, putting something right over the middle of the plate, and Tagliavia made him pay for it.
Well, but of course, I have at least been preaching, don't walk anybody. If you have to throw it right down the middle, just do that.
Yeah.
Rely on your defense.
Now, Casterton, center fielder, is going to step in. Going to hit a hard line drive right at the shortstop, unfortunately, for the 3rd out of the inning.
Another one that just was right at the fielder. Really well hit ball. Line drive is exactly how you want to do it.
And that's going to do it for the Grens in the bottom half of the 4th. So 1 run on 1 hit. 2 hits, sorry. 2 doubles. And so at the end of 4 full innings of play, it's going to be the Wheeling Wildcats 13, the Elk Grove Grenadiers 4. What do you got for us, Bob? Any other announcements for today? Or
Just the one more. So it's and that'll be the one that we want to do at the end of the game that talks about when the next broadcast is.
Oh, so you're going to have to make up some announcements here.
Well, here's our opportunity to make some more NIL money by talking about Whataburger or In-N-Out.
Yeah, I wish, man. If we could get NIL money for talking about this stuff,
Wouldn't that be something, right?
I would be all over it. This is one thing that everyone knows about me, is that I like to talk.
That's why you make a good broadcaster.
I guess. And you're very kind to say good.
Frankly, you're one of the best. I really enjoy working with you, if you want to know. So
I
there you
appreciate
go.
that, man.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that we have going on now behind us in the Wheeling Wildcat bullpen is a new pitcher warming up. It's going to be the right fielder, Colin Fitzgerald, the southpaw, getting some quick tosses in here since Fitzgerald made the last out of the 4th inning. So it might be the end of the day for Newkirch, as the Grenadiers have been getting to him the last 2 innings.
I always worry about taking out the starting pitcher who was pitching well. You know, I get it, pitch count and everything like that, but then you bring somebody else in and they're just not ready for the moment, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, they load the bases on walks and a couple doubles, and you know, you thought you had the game won and you don't.
Yeah, we can't say that O'Malley has come in and done a nice job for the Grenadiers.
He's done a terrific job, yeah, and I like it. I like the way he pitches quickly.
Yep. The first pitch there to Zalewski is taken for a ball high, so 1-0.
Yeah, he wastes 0 steps on the mound, just goes right back to the rubber and pitches the next one.
And what do we know about Zalewski as he takes ball 2? He's a speed demon. The pink gloves.
Yeah.
He was 1 for 3 on the day. Last time up had a base hit. Ended up scoring a run. Takes strike 1 there, right at the waist.
Yeah, I always worry about when we do these broadcasts. You know, people do play him back. We've learned that, right? And then every now and then, you know, somebody picks up a nickname over it.
Right. There's ball 3 inside. Zalewski kind of bends out of the way there. 3-1, looking to drive something here.
Fortunately, the feedback we get has always been kind.
That's good. There's a line drive. Another. Last 2 outs, line drive scorching balls to the shortstops. It's going to go in the books as an L6.
Great catch, Santowski on it.
Santowski right in the right spot.
Joey's cousin. That's our shout out, Joey.
Joey! That's going to bring up the number. Evan Fisher, second baseman, reached base all 3 times today. 1 for 2 with a walk. Takes ball 1 high. O'Malley likes to move and work pretty quickly here. On the mound, gets the side. Here's the pitch outside for ball 2. So, one thing I've noticed so far this inning is that he has fallen behind to the first 2 hitters.
Yeah, control could be improved for sure. And of course, he was very fortunate beneficiary of that double play earlier.
Here's the pitch for a strike. Looked like Fisher was taken all the way there. 1-2 now.
Well, I think when you start out 2-0, and you've got a pitcher that has a little tendency not to have great control, you get a couple takes in a row then.
Right.
But here we are, 2-2.
Yeah, evened up.
Yeah, if it's close, you got to swing on this one.
2-2 to third baseman Evan Fisher. O'Malley looking to deliver to Tagliavia. Here's the pitch. In the dirt for a ball, so full count.
Yeah, that had a little bend to it also. I'm surprised he threw that on 2-2, but now the batter has to be worried about, well, it could be fastball, could be a little bender. High.
And taken for ball 4 in the dirt, so loses him there. Wildcats with the first runner of the inning. That's the first runner in the last 2 innings. So O'Malley had really settled in. Unfortunately, lost the number 7 hitter Fisher. That's going to bring up Rivera. Rivera's kind of been on fire today. 2 for 2 with a walk. Scored 2 runs.
O'Malley needs that double play ball again.
Here's the pitch from O'Malley, taking a little bit inside for a ball. Kind of surprised on that one.
Yeah, it looked good from here.
Yeah, that looked like a pitch that's been called a strike most of the day today. Nonetheless, 1-0. Fisher getting the lead at first. O'Malley looks over there, delivers to the plate. There's a line drive into left field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. It's going to be picked up by Broad A. Gets it into Santowski. So all of a sudden, runners at first and second. Have a day, Mr. Rivera. 3 for 3 on the day.
You know, that was, in this case, the outfield slowed that ball down. If that, is that another home run?
Yeah, another grand home run. Flew into the field over here.
So if that, was a little faster, could have gotten past them and double and a run scored.
I think we might have a tale of 2 games here. Got the JV Grens hitting home runs, scoring runs, and over here it's the Wildcats doing that. But the Wildcats back in business again. Runners on first and second, 1 out. 9-hitter comes up, squares around the bunt, puts it down. Perfect bunt on the third base line. He's going to be in there for a single.
Yeah, keyword perfect. That's not just a sacrifice bunt. I think it started out as that attempt, right? But then it's such a perfectly placed bunt. And it's tough for a left-handed pitcher to get that spin around and throw the ball to first. So well executed, well timed. Somebody might be saying, gosh, you have a 9-run lead. But what's the mercy rule here? In the 5th, you got to be up 10?
I think it's 10. So the base is loaded, 1 out, top of the order.
So if that's the case, and I don't know what it is, I mean,
ball 1.
Getting one more run might be really key from Buffalo Grove's, from Wheeling's perspective. Got me on last week's game.
And there's a hard ground ball to the second baseman. Goes the hard way to second for the force out. Fielder's choice. That's going to score a run.
Turned out to be a good choice. I would have gone to first.
Yeah. No, he was lucky to get him there because he was closer to first base. And let's get a force out Papianu on the 4-6.
So
force out for out number 2, but run does come across.
And that's the run they wanted to get because of the sacrifice bunt. If it's a 10-run mercy rule, and I wish I knew the rule, I'm sorry.
It is 10 after 5.
Yeah, okay.
So now first and third, 2 outs. Zangara up to bat.
So Wheeling,
takes one low for a ball.
Yeah, so Wheeling's playing for that 1 run to go up by 10 and then hopefully go up 3 up and 3 down or something close to that in the bottom of the 5th, and then the game is over. So some good strategy from Wheeling here.
And the runner from first takes off. No throw. So he's going to be in there with a stolen base, so runners on second and third.
He had a great jump.
Yeah, he did. He went on first move. There was no way if they threw they were going to get him. Third baseman looked to see if the runner on third, Rivera, was off to make a throw down there, but no go. And we got a 1-1 count, and that's going to be a pop-up in the infield. Should get the Grens out of it. Swinging at a ball, and it does. So out number 3 on the pop-up to the first baseman. But some damage done. Another run comes across the plate, making it 14-4. And 1-2 hits that inning. No errors, but 2 men left on base. So, at the end of 4.5 innings, it is the Wheeling Wildcats 14. The Grens coming up.
So that's where you have to say again, every run matters, right? So if any one of those runs didn't come in and the score is 13-4, Elk Grove is guaranteed not only a 5th inning at bat, but a 6th inning at bat. But here, because it's a 10-run game, they're only guaranteed this inning.
Yeah, let's look that up. Let's see. And in other news today, the Elk Grove Grenadier girls softball team played the Wheeling Wildcats, and they were able to pull out the victory at Wheeling by a final score of 9-2. So it is a Elk Grove versus Wheeling day all around. And what can I tell you? New pitcher into the game for the Wheeling Wildcats. It's going to be the right fielder, Fitzgerald.
And they send Newkirch to first.
So a little swap of players here. Yeah, so it's 10 runs after 5 innings. Oh, it was 15 after 4, so we were lucky we didn't get that either. So that's going to close the book on Newkirch. We'll get you his stats here in a minute.
Yeah, he has to be pretty happy with his performance.
Fitzgerald.
All right, so Elk Grove, if they want to bat twice, they got to get somebody around.
Absolutely. And they do have the 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up, and Nathan Dean, Damian Brade, and Dennis Rangel. So let's see if they can get something going here.
And against Fitzgerald, now not Newkirch. So maybe they have more chance to get runs off Fitzgerald than Newkirch.
1, 2. So only 5 hits given up by Newkirch. 4 runs. Did surrender 1 walk. So now the lefty Fitzgerald in to face Nathan Dean. And here's pitch taken outside for a strike.
So a sampling of 1 pitch. It's got some velocity to it too.
Ball 1 taken high outside. Still waiting for the stats team to get us some information on the new pitcher Fitzgerald. The internet's been a little bit slow giving us any information out here. Fitzgerald in the 1-1 to Dean, fouled off, straight back. Not sure if that made it into duck death.
I wonder what the families do with the homes behind the creek, right, when they get a bucket of baseballs every week.
Yeah, you know what? That's a foul ball that goes, if you can make it over the creek there. So I guess if they get them, keep them, right? Ball 2 in the dirt outside. It's like a reward.
Bunch of baseballs in your garage.
Yeah. Or, every now and then they will send someone across the creek. Like, all right, put your waders on. We're going for it. Get those balls. It's 2-2 from left-hander Fitzgerald. Ooh, breaks off a curve. I think everybody on Wheeling thought that was a strike there. The catcher was going to throw it down there.
So we're saying this pitcher's got some stuff.
Yeah, he's got a overhand curveball, it looks like. Nathan Dean was informing the bench of what that looked like. So here's Fitzgerald, the 3-2 count. Take it for a ball inside. So the Grenadiers are getting things going here in the first.
Well, they need this run to score to keep extending the game.
Coach calling some plays out there at third. Brade steps in, 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout swinging last time up. Fielder's choice first time. Fitzgerald looks at the runner at first. Here's the pitch. Taking for a strike.
That's a nasty pitch. It curved a lot of inches, and then it was on the outside corner.
Yeah, I think that's the one that they really wanted. Called it strike 3 to Nathan Dean last time up. Brade standing in, lefty against lefty. Dean with the short lead. There's a pitch. Looks like it was. Hold on.
They're talking about maybe a foul tip, perhaps?
Oh, they checked it. So Wheeling is saying it was a foul tip. Home plate umpire didn't see it. It's going to go as a. I guess it's going to be a pass ball officially.
I think if they're thinking it might have been a foul tip, it almost has to be a pass ball because that means one would think it was catchable.
The 1-1. Runner on second. And it hits him.
Obviously unintentional stuff just happens.
Yeah, Fitzgerald struggling so far. Walk and hit by pitch. Funny how this game goes, right? He's got 2 strikes, throws a pitch that everyone thinks is going to be strike 3, ends up being taken as a ball. Next pitch walks him.
You know, you're so right. And then I'm going the bigger picture on that too, right? So if they get 1 run, they get to play the extra inning. But he's putting runners on base. You know, you think you're going to win this game in the 5th by 10, and now you know all of a sudden maybe you're hanging on by 4 or 5 or 6. You got to stop putting runners on base.
Yeah, it's going to bring up Rangel. Rangel, who's 1 for 2 on the day. And there's, and that's going to score the run. So taken for a ball and then an error on the stolen base.
I like
by the catcher.
Yeah, I like the aggressive running, and again, it took off the force, so no double play opportunity here. Another run scores. I like it. And of course, they want to score that 1 run to extend the game into the 6th at least. Now we get another pitcher's mound conference. But from Wheeling's perspective, that run hurt because now Elk Grove has 2 at-bats to try to tie this game up, even though they're out by a lot of runs.
Yeah, it's still a 10-run rule does go into effect after. So the 6th inning, if the Wildcats are able to go back up by 10 and Grenz can't score, it would keep going.
Right, but right now Elk Grove is just trying to get out of the 5th.
Yep.
But if they can, right now, this Wheeling has to be a little bit worried about, some more runs here from Elk Grove can put them within striking range in the 6th. So, baseball's a funny game. You were up by 10.
And there's a strike. So Rangel with a ball and a strike now. 1-1, runner on second, 1 run in, nobody out. Wheeling's going to get another pitcher up.
That's probably a wise idea.
Actually, looks like they're warming up fielders.
Never mind the wise idea.
Defensive changes. Maybe their next pitcher's already in the game. And here's the 1-1, bunted in the air, and it's going to be a fair ball in there, but it's going to be an out, so a sacrifice bunt.
That's the very definition of a bang-bang play at first.
Right.
Ump had no hesitation, called him out.
Yeah, he was definitely out. I could see that from standing up.
And
good play.
The field is tilted toward the foul lines, but in the grass, the ball wasn't going to roll foul.
No, not at all. That ball stuck right there, and there's no dirt in the base paths on this field. It's all grass, so that was going nowhere. Ball 1, taken outside.
So that sacrifice bunt, I feel like half sacrifice and half maybe we can get the first on it.
Yeah.
Because, you're not really trying to do a sacrifice when you're down by 9 runs.
That was a good play by Fitzgerald. Fouled back to the screen, so 1-1 on, I believe, Ryan Gomez.
Yeah, he had to throw a rocket to first base to get him out.
Gomez, who came in for Nick Chi, popped up to the first baseman last time. Here's the pitch, fouled off down the right field line for strike 2, so 1-2 now. Gomez with Braudet on third base. Grenadiers with 1 run in already, so it is a 14-5 game. Fitzgerald with the pitch, and that's going to be swung on and driven deep out to left field. That's going to get over the left fielder's head. That's going to go all the way to the wall. And that's going to be a stand-up double for Gomez. Plating another run.
That was the fear I had with taking out Newkirch, right? You put in a different pitcher and they give up some runs. If they kept Newkirch in and he continues to throw the game he was throwing, the game could have been over after 5 innings.
Yes, and we play on.
Yeah, so now it's an 8-run game. You kind of doing a countdown. Okay, you got a runner at second. There's still only 1 out with non-Newkirch pitchers in. So maybe you can close this gap to 5 runs or something like that and then go get him in the 6th. And, of course, you would also get the 7th.
Yeah, and here comes stepping in pitcher O'Malley. Ground ball hit up the middle of the second baseman. Makes the play over to first. Scooped. Nice play over there.
Great pick. It was an easier pick than normal because the throw was kind of flat to first, so it's not going to bounce up too much out of the dirt. But nonetheless, that was a great scoop at first by Newkirk, who stands to get the win. So it's very much his game. Runner at third, 2 out.
Yeah, that was a great pick over there.
Yeah, you don't. At first base, as a first baseman, you don't mind the short hop, but the one hoppers are different.
And that's going to bring up Blasco, third baseman.
Nice
Big
bend.
strike one.
Yeah, good curve there. All right, so what you worry about here is, throw one in the dirt and then another run scores. Just don't do that.
Foul ball off to the right side, not a play, so strike 2. Fitzgerald ahead 0-2 on Blasco, the number 9 hitter, who is 1 for 2 on the day with a double. Runner at third is Gomez, got a good lead out there, looking for a ball in the dirt where he can score. Ball taken high. Throwaway pitch by Fitzgerald. Good idea there. Trying to see if he can get him chasing 0-2.
And the shortstop backing the throw up back to the pitcher, because if the pitcher misses the ball, the run can score as well.
1-2 to Blasco now. 2 outs. Bottom of 5. Ground ball there, just foul. Looks like the batter might have hit the catcher. Oh, it was catcher's interference, and their catcher is hurt. He is down in pain.
That could be serious. I mean, a bat against somebody's wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if he's down in the back, I mean, that tells me broken bone. Oh, we hope he's okay. He's getting up, holding his wrist.
Yeah, and that's going to be a tough break. Tough break for Tyler Zangara.
And I'm hoping that's not a pun. I just hope he's okay.
Yeah, he's going to be leaving the game after getting hit in the wrist with a swing.
And the other catcher's already dressed. Now, how'd that happen?
Yeah, he was ready.
Was he in the bullpen warming the pitcher up?
He had his shin guards on from when he warmed up the pitcher.
Right.
But it's in that case there's Zangara, obviously he takes one off the wrist, but he came up. That was a weird pitch. It was high, didn't look like anyone would swing at it, and he kind of got in the way, and he swung kind of backwards and hit him. So kind of a rough break for the Wheeling Wildcats and Tyler Zangara, who is leaving the game with with a injury to his left wrist. But that's going to go down as catcher's interference.
Yeah, and there's no way to tell from here how serious that injury is, but it's serious enough to take him out of the game, and hopefully that's all.
Yep.
So an 8-run game, now a new catcher.
Yeah, so not only, add insult to injury, so Zangara gets called for catcher's interference and he gets hurt.
Yeah, right.
But he also gets an error on the play.
That's like a blocking foul in basketball, and you break your arm when you fall backwards.
Right. So now the Grant's still in business with runners on first and third. That's going to bring the top of the order up in Isaac Santowski, who is 2 for 3 on the day, hit the ball hard every single at bat.
I feel like there's a backwards count.
Pitch, strike 1.
Yeah, I feel like it's a backwards countdown. All right, they're down. They were down 10. Now it's down 8. They got 2 runners on bases. I'll avoid saying ducks on the pond, right? Because they're behind the plate catching the foul balls, and you got a batter up. So 3-run homer.
There's a scoop by the replacement catcher. It is. Can't tell the number, so.
Yeah, 14,
Might be
44. Couldn't tell either.
See, and I'm thinking it was 17.
Yeah.
That's how random it is.
That's why we don't know.
Here's a pitch from Fitzgerald and swung again. That sure looked like a foul tip to me, but they're saying it was not, and the ball gets away from the catcher.
Well, Wheeling's really close to getting out of this fifth inning.
Plasko's going to take second on that.
1 and 2 with 2 out, so.
Yeah, second and third. Best hitter in the lineup for the Grens up in Santowski. 2 strikes. Pitch from Fitzgerald. Swung on for strike 3, and they get out of it.
That's a shame, right? Well, still 8-run lead. Yeah, hit there would have brought it down to 6. Now they're in the 6th, so they're saying the same thing. Okay, if we get 2 runs here, we can close the game out in the 6th. If we don't get any, then we got to stop them the 6th and the 7th.
Right? Yeah, weird inning. So 2 runs on 1 hit. Right? We've got 2 errors, both by the catcher.
We've had a lot of errors this game. I feel like it's an uncharacteristically high number of errors in this game.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So far, looks like we've got 4 errors committed by the Wheeling Wildcats. And we've got a whopping 7 by the Gren so far. But it's going to go to the 6th inning, the top of the 6th. The Wildcats with a 14-6 lead over the Grenadiers. And one thing I will notice, though, is that I'd like to check that weather bug again because it feels like it's dropped.
I think Debbie likes that weather bug.
Yeah, still waiting for an update from the EGTV Weather Center. As I'm sitting here with looking at all the people out here wearing hoodies and winter jackets.
Well, it's getting chillier, and of course by us, now we're in shade, so we're not getting the benefit of the sun.
Yeah, see, I still wish the little, I don't know what you call it over there, like the bird's nest on top of the dugout would be a good spot to be sitting.
Yeah, I didn't realize, but there's no way to get up there. I mean, I think you have to bring a ladder to.
There's a ladder inside.
Oh,
yeah,
inside.
You gotta go into the Grenadier den there. So, top of the 6th, the Wildcats come up. Gonna be leading off with Zach Newkirch. Started the game pitching, moved over to the first base, takes ball 1.
And we found out at first base he's a pretty slick fielding fielder.
Yeah, Newkirch has put the ball in play every single time, but has nothing to show for it today. So 0 for 4 on the day. Looking for his first hit of the game. And there it is. Just as directed. He's looking to take 2. He rounds first base, making a hard turn to second. He's going to be in there with a stand-up, actually a sliding double.
So from pitcher to slick fielding first baseman to a nice hit double. Now he's going to come out for... No. Okay, pinch. No pinch runner. You're not pitching anymore. No pinch runner.
If you're the Wildcats, that's the start you're looking for.
Yes.
You want to get those runs back, and you want to try to end this game in the 6th.
Yeah. But you got to get the batter around now.
Yep.
Runner at second is inconsequential, sort of.
Dylan Balloon steps in up to bat, fouls off the first one, out of play to the right side. Balloun is 2 for 3 today with a walk. He's been doing some damage, looking to driving another run here. Pitch from O'Malley.
Ouch.
Oh, up high, hits him.
So we got a sore arm and now a sore upper body something. And
Yeah, that was dangerous. That hit him up. He was lucky he got his arm in front because that was going for his head.
Yeah.
Caught him in the arm. Quickly, nobody out. Runners on first and second. Number 5 hitter.
There are a lot
Pitcher
of
Fitzgerald.
There's a lot of filled-in diamonds on your score sheet. Whoops, that's a
He
hop.
goes to bunt and fouls it off out of the play. Not close enough for the catcher to make a play on Tagliavia, but he did take a look, ran over there. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Well, you have a lot of closed diamonds on your score sheet. 14 runs. That's a lot of runs.
It's a lot of runs.
Yeah. On that pop-up on the bunt, though, if you look, the ground really tapers off behind the catcher, and that's kind of disconcerting if your catcher trying to run after a pop-up like that.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I would say that there's a ball hitting in the air to left field. That's going to be trouble for the left fielder. Running over, can't quite get there. Drops in foul.
Yeah, he was going to need some wheels if he was going to haul that in.
Long strike there. And 0-2 to Fitzgerald.
Got a future softball player here warming up with their dad.
I love it.
With a Hossa jersey on. I love it too.
Marian Hossa. Oh, and there's a line drive base hit.
Pass Santowski.
And there's going to be no play at the plate, so the Wheeling Wildcats are going to card another run here. So Fitzgerald, 0-2, tries sacrificing, couldn't get it down, comes back with a line drive base hit to drive in a run.
And a meaningful run, right. Okay, with nobody out and a runner at second, you get that runner home, you got your 10-run lead again, and then, of course, you try to shut Elk Grove out in the sixth. I feel like for a 10-run game, this is the most cat-and-mouse 10-run game I've ever seen.
And the Wildcats do have a reliever warming up. Looks like he might be coming in the game. Papa No. Or Papa Nu. Oh, and there's another ball hit hard into right field. The right fielder comes in, he's going to make the catch. No tag on that play. Nice play by the right fielder there. Zalewski first pitch swinging. He's been hitting the ball hard today. Doesn't have a whole lot to show for it. So 1 out. Runners on first and second. Number 7 hitter Fisher up. Fisher's got 2 walks and he's 1 for 2 today. Looking to drop something in there, pick up another run here. Ball taken outside. See, I started standing because I feel like it's warmer. I can move a little more. Oh, and there's a balk by the pitcher moving up the runner. So now you got 2 runners in scoring position.
So now they're going to have an insurance run if they both come home.
So Fisher with a 1-0 count. Swings at a pitch at his chest for 1-1. Fisher's got 2 runners in scoring position. Runners to second and third after the balk by O'Malley. Here's the 1-1. It's going to be a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Yeah, they got the third baseman in a pickle. Not sure what to do, but they do get him out. Nice play by O'Malley to run directly at the runner, freeze him, and then make a throw home to get him out at home. So that's going to go down on the books as a fielder's choice for Fisher. He's going to reach first base. And Balone is going to be out at home on the 1-2 play. And unfortunately for the Wildcats, their runner at second, Fitzgerald, did not advance to third. So it's still runners on first and second for Jose Rivera. Takes a ball. So 1-0. Rivera's got a couple hits in the day. 3 hits. He's 3 for 3 with a walk, so he's definitely a guy you want to be careful with here. Don't want to give him a pitch because it will definitely be back up by 10 runs. And there's a ball right up the middle. It's going to be in there for a hit. That's going to drive in Fitzgerald. He's coming around, but there's a throw from Casterton. There's going to be a play at the plate. Gets away from the catcher, and the runner's going to score.
So a good throw from Casterson would have had him, or if it was caught at the plate on the 1 hop, but instead it wasn't caught, the run scores, so it's back up to a 10-run lead, 2 runners on first and second. So that was the 2 runs that Willie needed.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it's going to bring up Papa Nu, who was warming up to pitch in between with 2 outs, but I'll tell you, Rivera, what a day. 4 for 4 with a walk. There's a ball taken by Luke.
But yeah, that's, you have to say, like we were saying earlier, it's a cat and mouse 10-run game. That was a clutch hit.
Yeah, that was exactly, hottest hitter on the team. You don't want to give him something to hit, and he actually got a pitch he was looking for, lined it right up the middle, drove in that run. So now all of a sudden we are looking at a 16-6 game. There's another base hit up the middle, and they're going to try it again. Casterton's got the ball. Oh, makes a throw, and that time a really good throw.
He would have been nailed and then some, so the conservative running at third base this time saved them an out.
And
that was a perfect strike from center field.
Wildcats are back in business here with the bases loaded and the top of the order up, and their most dangerous hitter, Reed Gergerts. He's got 2 hits in the day, 2 for 4. Looking to do some damage here for the Wildcats. Takes ball 1, a little low and outside. Six at bats doesn't happen a lot in the game.
That's for sure.
Especially 7-inning game. Ground ball hit to the right side. Gergert's looking a little anxious here. Almost like he's pressing a little bit. A steady diet of curveballs. Steps in. Here's the pitch from O'Malley. 1-1. Taken outside for a ball. 2-1. And in this situation, obviously, 2-1 count, bases loaded, top of the 6th, fouled off, straight back and out of play, into the Salt Creek. Salt Creek claims another baseball today. 2-2, here's the pitch, and there's a ground ball, the shortstop picks it up, steps on the bag, forces them out, and that retires the side. But damage is done by the Wildcats, back up to a 10-run lead, 16-6. Grens have 3 outs to try to get 2 runs to extend this game, or 1 run actually. So at the end of 5.5, it is the Wheeling Wildcats 6, the Grenadiers 16 for the Wildcats, 6 for the Grens. So in between, I'm getting updates from my daughter, my daughter's boyfriend plays baseball for Kent State. And just got an update that he just hit a home run. So Kent State University is playing Mercyhurst today, middle of the week non-conference game. And good to see that he got a home run, I think his 3rd of the year. He's a switch-hitting second baseman, so...
I love hearing about those college stories. It's really neat. And it's relevant because these players go on to play college somewhere and going through that recruiting process. But here we'll take a little bit of a time out here. Next live games on EGTV. EGTV will be back here at Elk Grove High School this Monday, April 27th, with varsity softball. Tune in as the Grens take on Lane Tech at 4:45 p.m. Then we'll be back for more varsity baseball on April 29th at 4:45 against Rolling Meadows. Watch them both live on Comcast Channel 6, Facebook, YouTube, or on the EGTV website at eg-tv.org. You can also watch all games that EGTV covers, including this one, at a later date and time by going to either YouTube or the on-demand link on the EGTV website. And we know from the feedback that people do go watch these games later.
Yeah.
And I know that the players do as well.
So, bottom half of the 6th, we've got the 2-3-4 hitters coming up for the Grenadiers in Tagliavia, Casterton, and Nathan Dean. They're going to face Fitzgerald, who's staying in the game.
In almost exactly the same situation as last inning. They were down 10. If they score some, they get to play, 2 at-bats, not just this at-bat.
And there's ball 1 in the dirt. Tagliavia skips out of the way there. Some fancy footwork to avoid getting hit by a pitch there. Fitzgerald. Oh, and there's a high pop up in the infield. Shortstop Gergerts is going to camp under it, and he's going to squeeze it for the first out of the inning.
One of my favorite baseball sayings on those is, wouldn't be a home run in the phone booth. Pop up to short.
Yeah, there you go.
But it was a major league pop-up.
That's a great pitch there by Tagliavia after throwing that one in the dirt, which he could have hit him. and they would have had a runner on first with nobody out, but instead there is an out, and that's going to bring up the 3-hitter, Cooper Casterton. Cooper 0 for 3 on the day, looking for his first base knock. Here's the pitch from Fitzgerald, taking in there for a strike. Curveball at the knees.
Yeah, getting that leadoff runner is paramount to getting that run. But the reality is they need 10 runs, not just 1 run. This isn't a 1-run game. This is a potential mercy rule 10-run game, but it's the most cat and mouse 10-run game I've ever been privy to.
Right, and there's a
that hurts.
Foul ball off of Casterton's foot. That's going to be strike 2, so quickly Fitzgerald goes ahead and 0-2.
So we've got a hit by a pitch. We got a batter hitting the catcher's glove, and that foul ball had to hurt.
Well, it looks like, I'm not sure what happened in the JV game, but they have cleared out over there.
Yeah, no more home runs over the fence.
Yeah, I'm going to hope that that was a Elk Grove victory. And now here's the 0-2 to Casterton from Fitzgerald. Taken high for a ball. Got some music going on over there. Looks like the Elk Grove Travelers have a game tonight.
Yeah, this is quite the complex. I mean, there's fields over there, fields over here, fields over there.
If it was summertime, we'd be able to hear the smooth sounds of the Rainbow Falls. Ball 2 in the dirt. Yeah, you come here like during the summer when Rainbow Falls is going prior to 8 o'clock, and the music is just kicking out there. The kids are running around, sliding water everywhere. Slurpees, pizza, just a good old time. The 2-2 from Fitzgerald, fouled off into the Duck Creek. We're going to call it Duck Creek now.
That's a great name for it.
Yeah, you can see like straight over there, pointing out to my partner Bob here, the amount of ducks that are on the people's lawn directly behind home plate. It's not a gaggle of ducks, that's a gaggle of geese.
You
Here's
can't
the
have
2-2 fouled off again.
You can't have a gaggle of ducks?
No, I'm not sure what you call it. I don't know. It could be a gaggle.
I never thought that gaggle was limited just to geese.
I don't know. It just sounds better. The GG, right? Gaggle geese. It's gotta be something for D's, something duck. 2-2 again from Fitzgerald. Popped up again. The third baseman calls out the shortstop. The shortstop not very happy about
You
that.
can tell. Body language says it all there.
There's going to be a conversation after the game between Rivera and Gergertz.
It's right to me. Well, back in my days, if the third baseman can get the ball before the ball gets to the shortstop, that was...
My name is Gladys Manning. You are watching Channel 6 in Elk Grove Village.
I'm Jimmy Pearsall. You're watching Channel 6. Don't you forget it.
4, 2 watches Channel 6. Yay!
My name is Frank Fisher, and you're watching Channel 6 in Elk Grove Village.
I'm Andy the Clown, and you're watching Channel 6.
Hi, we're Gen 5, and we watch Channel 6.
For 40 years, residents have watched Channel 6 for information, entertainment, and news about events and happenings in the village. Where else can you see your local government in action, or find out what can be recycled in the village, or be able to watch a live community event like the Hometown Parade or an Elk Grove Village High School football game? But what you see today is very different than what was seen when Channel 6 first debuted. A lot has changed.